And we are live. Hey, everybody, this is Roberto Blake. Hope you create something awesome. Welcome back to the channel. We are doing live YouTube channel reviews today. It is a Friday, May 22nd. So we try to do these on Fridays whenever we can to help you guys with channel reviews and advice for small YouTube channels. We're going to be taking those via Super Chat. I'm going to go ahead and put the rules for the live channel reviews in the description here for you, and then I'm going to pin it as well so you know what's going on. We're going to be reviewing as many as 10 channels tonight, as long as we can end before 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. And we're also going to check out my website, creatorscorecards.com. Run your channels through there when you guys request the review via Super Chat. And we're going to actually see what it comes back with and some advice to help your channels. Plus, I'm going to personally give you about 5 to 8 minutes of advice on the channels. Now, we do these via Super Chats. They're usually $20. The rules will be in the description. So let's see. For live channel reviews, see rules below. Reviews, Super Chats. List your channel handle and any request you have for the review that is specific. Also, we are sponsored by our good friends at oneof10.com. We'll talk about them a little bit more later. You can use code Roberto to get 40%. I believe it's is it 20% off? Yeah, 20% off. For 20% off. And so, yeah, we're going to make sure we update the description with that info for you so that you have it. It's been a while. It's good to see you back. We've got Poverty to Paradise. Hopefully the mods are standing by. Just checking on that. It's been a little while since we put together one of these streams. I've been traveling. You guys have seen I'm back to public speaking. And so I'm just checking in with my mods, making sure that any of them are available. We might add some mods to the mod squad here. And until we get in our first channel review, I guess what I can set up is I can show you guys everything for creatorscorecards.com. This is my software. This is my website. I made my own YouTube tool, you guys. So I made a YouTube tool. Oh, are we not live on X? Well, we'll take care of that right now. We should be live on YouTube, twitch.com, kick.com, facebook.com, LinkedIn, and now X. So we should be seeing some more people trickle in over from X as well. I think streaming on X is going to be an interesting thing for people going forward. And I hear they're doing something really cool with X payouts. So looking forward to that. But yeah, let's see. Because we have some of you in the chat, I'm going to just show you how this works. So since Poverty to Paradise is in the chat, we have the wonderful Linnell, big time, long time supporter. We're just going to go ahead and show you how her channel shows up using this tool. So initially the dashboard, of course, if you analyze a channel, will give you a lot of really interesting details of the lifetime stats of their channel and some benchmarks, as well as some upload formats over the last 12 months, some growth stats, but also the thing that I think is interesting, we'll get to the bigger details that go into analytics and the channel audits, is I like the pattern analysis on upload distribution by days to see what the patterns are for the best days that channel is uploaded and some of the metrics around that. But I think the more interesting things are things, for example, like the timing and heat map. So if we go to this feature called timing, you can analyze your channel or a competitor's channel. You could look at the different formats for their uploads and see how different uploads. And so since you can go live here, different formats and uploads, and see kind of a distribution of how did the specific day of the week impact average views. And so, you know how YouTube tells you, "Hey, here is how your audience is. Here is when they're on YouTube. You should probably upload during this time." Well, that doesn't tell you anything about performance. Just because your audience is on YouTube doesn't mean they're watching your content, primed for your content, or really give you meaningful data on this. Instead, I actually just measured, well, how did your content perform? What were the best hours of day and views per hour of publishing? Just how did the content perform when you published at different times? And how much coverage do we have in terms of have you posted enough? And I also break it down for long form, short form, and live because YouTube doesn't do that and say, well, here's how your shorts audience acts, here's how your live audience acts, and here's how your video audience acts because they're different. And so then we give you optimal posting times based on performance, and we show you the differences in the averages there. So that's like much more detailed information, and we explain how we break it down. And we give you this visual heat map so you can actually see how that works. So the timing tool I think is really cool. And I'd love for everybody watching this in the chat. And if you want, you can use this tool. It's called creatorscorecards.com. We have discount codes for it in the description. You can try it with the free level. The free level is obviously more limited, but we can go ahead and we can see that analyzing, your own channel or a channel in your niche that's a competitor. You can do that. The other thing is we have some really cool video analytics, and the video analytics breakdown not only has outliers, but it will sort by outliers for different formats, and it will tell you, and we compare before and after, like 10 videos forward, 10 videos back, basically, and then determine the outlier score based on that. We give you a 1 out of 100 outlier score, plus we tell you the multiplier for average views because you guys care about that. And so we tell you how and why something outperformed and overperformed. Here with Linnell, you can see that she had a massive outlier here with this video and thumbnail, which I'm sure she used 1 of 10 for a lot of these thumbnails, which is awesome to see just how well that's working out for her. So shout out to you, Linnell. And then you can also see distribution. You can see, well, how many of my videos got this many views? How many of my videos got this many views? And how many videos got this many views? And we measure out of the last 100. So you can kind of see your view distribution. And you can see how well you're doing. And then you can also see your average views by format for regular videos, shorts, and live streams. And then you can also see the view distribution between live streams, shorts, and videos. View Stats only does this for YouTube Shorts versus long form. It doesn't even differentiate for live streams. We do. So that's a significant difference. We do a view tier breakdown. We also compare out of your last 100 videos, the view concentration of your last 20. We usually say the 80-20 rule is a thing. And in this case, Linnell's last 20 videos out of 100 were almost 50% of all of her views out of the last 100 videos. So that's really strong concentration, top heavy. And it would tell a creator, hey, make more videos like this, or hey, not every video matters. A certain percentage of your videos matter. In Linnell's case, 1 out of 5 videos do most of the work for her. So she could focus more on the kind of videos that were successful. So it measures things like that. Overall title analysis across your last 100 uploads and gives you some breakdowns there. Views by average view duration spelled out for you to show you the length of videos you have posted in terms of the video ranges and which ones performed the best in terms of average views based on duration. YouTube doesn't give you that. View Stats doesn't give you that. I don't believe even vidIQ gives you that. I don't think any competitor has the approach to video analysis that we do. For your short form, we tell you which short form lengths performed the best on your channel. So we break that down for you. We break down your 10 best videos by format. I would say most things probably can do that, including YouTube. And so these are just some of the things we do. And then individual videos, we go across your last 100 uploads by type, and you can click on these and get a breakdown of your video in terms of its performance, and you get the video analysis of that. We also have a separate feature where you can just analyze individual videos beyond channels. We also tag videos to say, hey, is this an evergreen video? Is this a growing video? Is this video currently dead and not bringing in traffic? So we mark those and label those. We separate videos, shorts, and live streams. You can sort by that. So really powerful. Oh, looks like we got a couple of super chats in here. Fantastic. Got Mary's Life Journey 196. How are you? Appreciate all y'all in the chat. Oh, we got the Angela Denise. What's up? What's up? So yeah, we got a couple of super chats here. Let me make sure we get these up on the screen and we shout some of y'all folks out. But I also want to let you know we will be doing the channel reviews for the channels in the queue here. I just need the mods to help out with the form and make sure we have that. And to see if we have any mods to handle the form. So we'll see. If not, I'll just handle mod duty myself tonight if I have to, which is fine. I'm totally capable of handling that. Let's see. So, first super chat here. I really wish my second screen, my second camera, I wish StreamYard was working for my second camera right now. Because I like the angle better to zoom out when we have these. It's not even working to bring up my monitor. Like I have to use the StreamYard for sharing. It's annoying. Let's see. Insane Wheels says, been watching you for a year or so. I do a live Monday through Saturday and have been for 2 years. I know I'm lacking in video uploads and shorts. It's basically non-existent. I appreciate you and what you do. God bless. Thank you. Appreciate that. So we're going to get your channel into the queue at Insane Wheels. So really appreciate you. Let me just add you to the form here. And let's see here. Does it let me select your chats there? By the way, if you guys have never done a stream without mods before and had to manage it yourself, it will make you appreciate the mods in your community so much more when you have to do a stream without them and struggle through it. Let's see. So I'm just adding your link and handle to the form. Let's see here. And then we have Samtastic Games, $20 super chat at Samtastic Games. Okay, so we'll add you to the form as well. That's actually a cool name, Samtastic Games. It's a dope handle. So we'll just go ahead and pull you up in browser on the other screen here, add you to the form. Make sure we confirm your channel. Yep, that is your channel. And that is your handle matching that and your profile pic matching that. Good. Good, good. Let's see. And then we've got the Angela Denise. Hey, Roberta, if you could review my channel and give me some guidance on what steps to take next, aside from the obvious thumbnail issue, the channel performed great in April, but not so much recently. Sure, we'll definitely take a look at that. Absolutely. Channel is a year old. We're trying to improve impressions and retention, working on more consistent branding, struggling to get YouTube to send videos out. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the love. I'd love to see what you say objectively about my channel. Yeah, absolutely. No problem. So we have 3 of the 10 reviews. We've got Matt Miller's PC just listening while he does cardio. Excellent. Linnell, if you're still in the chat, I'd love to know what you think about the software now that you're seeing it up close here. And then we've got um, at Camper Eater. So yeah, we got Keto Simple. Appreciate you. But yeah, let's take a peek back over at creatorscorecards.com real quick just to show you guys something. So we're about to do the channel reviews for the 3 that did super chats. Hopefully we'll have a couple more come in tonight. But I want to show you something really cool because we're going to use it tonight for tonight's YouTube channels that submitted. So when I run a channel audit on a YouTube channel, it gives me a lot of really solid information on the channel, and we generate basically a report card. So it gives a report card across upload frequency, consistency, and all these things. But it also gives an action step for anything it tells you. It has an action step of what you could do differently and better, and it also tells you what it's using to evaluate your channel and where you can improve. Do not take anything like a C, D, or F super personally. Even I get these. The grading is like unapologetically harsh. I kind of like set it up that way. For most of you, the biggest priority will probably be consistency of uploads because most of us are perfectionists. So that is kind of a thing. There's also a feature that lets you add competitors, and it does a breakdown and analysis of competitors. There's also what I call the research radar. And what that is going to do is it can do up to multiple competitors. If you have a pro account, you can add multiple competitors and it will do a breakdown analysis and look at the view floors and view ceilings of various competitors. So if I pull up, like, which one do I want to use? I'll just use top creator education channels. So if I do an audit among top creator education channels, it shows us upload video cadence per week. It shows us the view floor and view ceiling across the last, I believe, 10 videos that each of us uploaded. And so it averages that so that it's hyper relevant. It shows a consistency performance. It shows the momentum. And then it also can generate a strategy based on that and some feedback. And then so it shows you where you stand amongst your peers on several metrics, view floors and view ceilings. So for me, I know for my view floor, we're all pretty much at the same view floor. Ceiling, there are some people that are outliers in that. And so I can look at that group, but I can also look at head to head with each competitor. I can also see among the channels, like what our baseline averages are for views, average views, median views, and engagement. The median amongst my peers is like 20K. So if I have a video that does between 10K and 20K views, my video is fine. That's what's normal for my niche, basically. So this is a video to help you stop being paranoid and see like, or sorry, this is a tool to help you stop being paranoid and you'll know, hey, I'm doing okay. This is what's normal for creators like me in my niche. So you can do things like that. We have benchmarking. So Again, if I go to like Linnell's channel and then I benchmark against most channels Linnell's size that we have data for, the ones that we've reviewed that we have data for channels of a similar size, um, it scores that and it shows where you stand. So again, you can go, oh, I'm not doing so bad. And we tell you how many channels of your size that we have in our system that we're comparing to. We try to have close to, I'm trying to get to over 1,000, then 10,000 in every bracket so that we have a good database of channels to compare to for benchmarking. But as long as you at least have a couple hundred channels to compare for, and then you see, oh, I'm in a good percentile for that, you can kind of know that you're doing fairly well. So that's what you can see with Creator Scorecard. And we're going to use that to do some of the channel reviews today. I'm going to give you a classic channel review with my feedback on every creator that we look at. And then we're going to run them through the tool and we're going to see how their channel comes out. Linnell says, hi, this is super helpful and I've not seen this else anywhere. Excited to use it to help focus and grow my content. Thank you. Yeah, no, absolutely appreciate it. That's why I built it. I built the tool that I would want and that YouTube would probably not want to take this approach because it wouldn't want to discourage anybody. A lot of tools would not take this approach. So the website is creatorscorecards.com. I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys. And that is my site, my tool. Creator Scorecards with an S.com. Even if you use card, it'll still take you, it'll just forward you over. Creatorscorecards.com. So you can check that out. If you want to sign up for this, you can get a pro account at 50% off for life if you use the code EARLYBIRD9. The code EARLYBIRD9 will get you 50% discount for life, basically make it $9 a month for you forever. And if you use Early Bird Elite, you get an elite account instead of a pro account, and that will get it down to $19 a month forever for an elite account. And we'll also, when we add more features, the elites would obviously get access to the new features first. Looks like you made a tough love-o-meter. Yeah, basically. You're not, I know you're saying just kidding, but yeah, kind of just kidding, but kind of not. I literally made the kind of tough love, no holding back tool. Like, I mean, this tool is my brain in a website for all intents and purposes. So yeah, this tool is the no nonsense, not going to coddle you tool. You'll definitely feel that if you generate any of the feedback mechanisms. Like you go, okay, if you ask it to give you the generated strategies, it's going to sound like me. It's going to be unapologetic about this kind of thing. It's going to give you that real tough love. Yeah, I might not like it. Yeah, I might not like it. So there is that. But let's see. I do have, oh, let me make sure I got the last one here for super chats in the form. Oh my God, we got a huge super chat. This probably turns out to be like $100 US. So your Swiss doctor health channel, Arabic audience focused on treating weight-related issues naturally. 15 to 20 million views a month, all platforms. Membership does not work for Arabs. One-on-one consultations are weak. A weight loss course is in pre-sale phase. How to prep to sell. All right. So for one thing, in your niche, and we'll look at your channel, but in terms of prepping to sell, I would say consider whether you've qualified a buying audience. In terms of them looking for health advice online, that may not qualify a buying audience in your region. Might be people trying to look for ways to actually get out of spending money. So there is that part of it. I would actually look at how you could use your brand and your business to partner with B2B companies in the health space and be a brand ambassador or also a commission-based affiliate for those companies for referrals. I'd also look at how you could use the YouTube channel to funnel into an email list where you can easily qualify higher paying qualified customers and leads. That would be something that I would look at. I would also look at whether or not you have an Arab audience that might exist outside the region that might have more disposable income, and if there are ways to market and target to them specifically. I would say consider, ironically, if you're selling a course, partner with other successful course sellers and give affiliate commissions and let other successful course sellers market and promote you to their existing customers, because then they don't have to make a product, they don't have to do any customer service or maintenance, and they already have a list of people who to buy, and they'll just take the free money on the commissions for selling your thing and not having to do any upkeep, maintenance, or build out. So believe it or not, even though you would think those people to be competitors, they'll be your best salespeople in some cases, because they can sell another product, not have to build another product, not have to maintain another product, and get a commission of 30 or 50%, whatever you give. So that is what I would say would be practical there. And that'd be my business advice for you, your Swiss doctor. We'll look at the channel and what the channel can do differently. But as far as the business back end of it, for the problems you mentioned, that's what I would do differently. Also, I'm going to have to do something where I definitely have to translate your channel on here into English, if it'll let me. Yeah, I'm going to need YouTube to let me possibly translate this into English, which it may not let me do. So we'll see. We'll see what I can do when it comes to your channel. Because I need something that will let me see your channel in English so that I can understand what's happening. Oh. Okay, so on this other browser, I at least can see the titles and what have you in English. Okay, cool. Loved my talk at Vid Summit. Thanks. Really appreciate you. All right, let me make sure I have the Angela Denise. Need to have your channel pulled up, and I need to also make sure that I get you in the form. First stream back for the month. Struggling without the mod squad. And on top of that, StreamYard is not doing everything I need it to do. We might have to figure out something other than StreamYard. I know I've been with StreamYard for years, even before the pandemic, and most of the time it works. But guys, I can't even use my second camera. Like, I mean, I can't do that. I can't route to my monitor. Nothing's wrong with my switcher. So I don't know what's going on there, because it's like, if it were my switcher, I don't know why my main camera would work. So that's like a whole thing. Struggling without my mods today. Hey, Roberta, I'd like to see what your new tool has to say about my channel. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate you, David Matney. Also, David, again, it's time, my friend. Got to do a one-on-one. Let's see. But definitely we'll review your channel tonight and run it through the tool. We have not forgotten about you. I think it's going to be actually really interesting to see what the tool says for your stuff. Let's make sure we get the Angela Denise. In the channel, channel link here in the form. All right. And we're going to do these in order. Making sure I've got everything here that I need. Boop. Let's see. All right, so I've got the form. I've got I believe it's just making sure I didn't miss anyone. We got Insane Wheels, Samtastic Games, the Angela Denise, Your Swiss Doctor, and David Matney. And let me make sure I have David Matney handle at David Matney. All right, I think that's all 5 channels right now. We're gonna, again, if we have enough submissions, we'll do 10. This is old school in terms of me only having one camera angle and no mods. But I still got it. I can still handle this lo-fi. I can still do a lo-fi stream on my own. If everything works out with what I'm working on and end up digital nomading for like a year next year, I'm gonna have to probably do everything with one camera angle anyway. Maybe I will use 2. I'll figure it out if I want to, or if I can, or if I use a phone as a second camera angle and hook that up, or whether that works out. But there might be some major changes over the next 6 to 12 months. So if everything comes through with my passport, your boy will be traveling more. Even beyond that, your boy will be traveling more domestically, locking in, writing, finishing the second book, finishing the second edition of the first book, and doing some adventures. Your boy is right now on a 100-day build in public, journey. So for the next 100 days, I'm locking in leveling up. It's 10 days in for me. I've been in the gym 10 days. The previous 100-day challenge for me was building creatorscorecards.com. That was my previous 100-day challenge. And I think that succeeded beyond my wildest dreams in terms of it actually working and building something. So that was dope. So I built a completely new software and a new branch of my company for creator business intelligence. So really excited about that. So now I have a new 100-day challenge. My new 100-day challenge is to rebuild my body, rebuild my brand, rebuild my business to their peak performance, ideally before pandemic performance. So I gained a bunch of weight during the pandemic. I think I told you guys vulnerably a lot about that. And so I went up to, I'm 5'7". I went up to 160 pounds, didn't like it. Some of y'all were mean about it in the comments, but not you guys in the live streams because you all love me and you guys are never mean to me. But some people were mean about my weight gain in the comments back during the COVID days. So 2 years ago, I was at my heaviest. I was at 160. And then I did just enough work the last 2 years to come down from 160, 158, 160 down to where today I'm at 142. But I'm on a 100-day body transformation challenge very aggressively to see if by locking myself in the gym the next 100 days, I can get down from 142 down to about ideally 132 if I can. I'll settle for 135, but where I really see as much of a transformation as possible. And so the goal is hopefully to go and drop like 12 pounds in 12 weeks. But if I can't drop 12 pounds in 12 weeks, I'll take 6, 7, or 8. I'll take what I can get. I'm probably still going to keep up the challenge and stay in the gym after the 100 days. We'll see the before and afters. And I've been posting that publicly across all my other social medias, my Instagram, my Facebook. Those of you who follow me on X, some stuff is about to go to TikTok, even though I rarely use that. So we've got that going on. Well, what about rebuilding my brand? Well, my brand is great. My brand is fine, but I haven't been posting to YouTube long form consistently. So in the next 100 days, the goal is to post at least 30 long form videos in the next 100 days, 30, 35, if I can pull that off. I'll be starting more aggressively with that next week. So we'll see how that goes. If I'm a lunatic, I'll do 30 in 30 days. We'll see what happens. I'm not making promises about that. The real promise is 30 videos in the next 100 days. So 30 videos before the end of the summer. So that's the promise that I'm making to myself and to you as an audience. We're doing it live. And finally, the business side. There are definitely some changes coming to my business when it comes to Awesome Creator Academy. Rejuvenating the long form will definitely help the business on the creator side with the brand deals and the affiliate marketing. But the real business that I want to build and grow over the next 100 days is creatorscorecards.com. And my public goal, and I would love any of you who can and can afford to support me in this. The link for Creator Scorecards is in the description below. My goal is, because I built a software by myself with vibe coding, and this is a new venture for me, is in the next 100 days, I would like to have 100 paying customers for creatorscorecard.com and really make that a real go of that business and make it a real business and have 100 customers that we support that actually pay. You can, of course, use the free version if for any reason you can't afford our like great discount right now. But I'm giving the first 500 people who sign up for a pro or an elite account 50% off forever on the tool. I would love for people to support me and become one of the first 100 customers of creatorscorecard.com. We already have a couple of you who supported over on X, so I really appreciate you. But that's what I'm trying to do in the next 100 days. Body, brand, business, total transformation, 3 different challenges the next 100 days. We'll see if I survive it. So that's what I'm up to. If that all goes well, probably to end the year, I'll keep doing the things that I do, especially the weight loss stuff. I'll probably do that no matter what from now on. But after that challenge, and I'll probably stay the consistency on uploading, and hopefully we'll have a machine going to keep the business side goals going. I think my next plan after that is the end of the year to do 100 days, ideally, of working remotely by traveling and seeing if I can manage that. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I can keep everything I did going and everything I did that I'm doing the 100 days now. We'll see if I can withstand that lifestyle and grow the business even while traveling from the road, to see if it's possible. I have to just make sure all my passport stuff works out. But we'll see if it's possible to maintain all of the consistency while on the road, and that'll be the next 100 days. So building it all in public. So that's kind of what comes next. Yes, I am doing the creatine. I'm glad you mentioned that. This is not a brand deal or nothing, but yes, I am doing the creatine. Absolutely. I'm doing all the things. I'm doing the creatine. I'm doing the Quest protein. I'm doing it all. Yes. And so yeah, we're gonna get into the channel reviews. I just want to tell you all what's up. What's the code for premium? Oh, you want the elite? Okay, so for the code for an elite account for creatorscorecards.com, you're gonna use early bird elite. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Early bird elite gets you 50% off an elite level account. And I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who uses Creator Scorecard. I appreciate everyone who buys Creator Scorecard. So yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely drinking water. Guys, YouTube gave me a custom water bottle from the last YouTube events that I went to. I think made on YouTube. I got this last October. So they gave me this metal, like super cool water flask. This has a magnetic mount for your phone. So if I take my other magnetic mount off, I can show you. So this has a cool magnetic mount for your phone. So like for a traveler like me, I could do this. Guys, I mean, I don't leave the country aside from Puerto Rico. But like the thing is, I kind of am a nomad already, but not a full-time nomad. I'm kind of a slow mad. I get on a plane and fly out to these bloody conferences and events like every month. Every month I'm on a plane. So I've kind of been doing the nomad thing for a minute. I've racked up 250,000 flight miles. I mean, I could argue that I'm a nomad a little bit. I just happen to be a homeowner. But the plan is, if I don't go full or slow mad or half mad, at the end of this year, next year, at some point next year, I want to try to do a full-time nomad journey and just get out of Dodge, so to speak. As far as domestic though, it's not all going to be passport journey stuff. I'm a big photographer, as all of you know. So I'm going to finally take some personal time while still doing content, keeping it steady, because that was always the bottleneck. Can I run my business and do the things that I want to do? That's the whole point of being an entrepreneur. So I'm going to prove that I can do it to myself and to all of you. And I'm going to do the things I've always wanted to do. I'm going to do my bucket list. I'm going to go shoot photos in all the national parks I've always wanted to shoot them at. I'm going to put together the photo books that I've always wanted to do. I might publish them. That may become a product. It may just be for me. We'll see what I want to do with that. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing, because in the same way that I showed you guys, you can build a serious YouTube channel, turn that into a business. You can build an education business if you want to, like I did with the Academy. I'm showing you that you can vibe code your own software and build your own websites and your own software tools to either use for yourself or to sell as a business. I want to show you guys that these things are possible, that people can be content creators, entrepreneurs, founders, and that you can do this with a small team of friends and family. You can do this by yourself. You can do it from your office. You can do it from your bedroom. You can do it while you travel the world, as long as you can afford it or make it affordable, and live your dreams. And the only way to show you that that's true is to actually do it. I've always, tried to live some of the example that I tell you of what's possible. So I feel like very compelled by this. I feel called to go do this. And I think it's going to be dope. And I think it's going to be dope to kind of take you guys on that journey. So, that's what I'm hoping to do here. That's what I'm hoping that I accomplish. So without further ado, what we're going to accomplish tonight, so we're going to review these channels, and we're going to start with Insane Wheels. So I have your channel here. Mr. Mike Ball, Insane Wheels. And I got to do a different screen share because StreamYard not cooperating with me with my fancy switcher. So all the good the fancy tools do when they don't work. But it's all good. We might switch to either Meld or Riverside. And so, yeah. All right, so let's do it. We've got Insane Wheels, Mike Ball. Mike, I think that your banner might be optimized for television screens, but not for other devices. So I would look at that in terms of the positioning of the overall banner, just from a brand standpoint. Let's see. So that's one of the first things I immediately noticed. 11K subscribers, 1.2K views, political commentary, real-time news analysis, U.S. politics, global conflict, and breaking news. Okay. And then if you're not primarily doing shorts, which we'll find out here in a minute, I'm very curious as to the choice in the automatic layout. I would go into the YouTube customize feature, and if you're not primarily doing shorts, I would then make a nice set of playlist and menu items for that. I think it's fine to feature your members, but I would do that more as a layout. You have your story here that introduces people to you, but you might want to consider making an updated one, since this is 2 years old, to reintroduce yourself. It's like, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Mike Ball, so you might want to do something like that. Let's see. This looks like this is a music track thing. Let's see. It looks like you have some of this. So it looks like the videos might be dated, and this might be more from your music career. If you're doing politics more now, maybe that's your live streams. Yep, it's your live streams. Good views on these. Excellent thumbnails. The thumbnails are slightly repetitive. I would consider spicing up the thumbnails. They're good. They're well designed, but you need more variety. But keep the branding. Keep the branding. This is working. These views are excellent. I can see how you have channel members and how you're making the money. And then you're doing clips, it looks like, from the shorts, and that you're doing different things here with the shorts, like ARs, Second Amendment stuff. I would actually, if you're doing so well with the live streams, I would be clipping segments of the live streams, posting those to YouTube Shorts. I would use my short split strategy. I'd be posting 3 to 5. You could probably do 5 to 8 because you're a news channel and you're going so long, but I would post the best 3 to 5 clips and hot takes from the live streams. I'd be doing the live streams daily. It looks like you might be doing a daily cadence. Looks like you might be doing more than one show a day to cover different topics. And then I would clip the best things from that. I'd use Opus Clip. I would clip the best things from that. And I'd be posting 5 to 8 of those a day via YouTube Shorts. I'd post those to TikTok. I'd post those to Instagram. I'd post those to Facebook Reels. I'd definitely post them to X, everywhere that monetizes you. But again, I would probably use one of 10.com to help with making very similar thumbnails to the ones you're making. You might already be using it, but I would like you need a little bit more variety so people don't think they're watching the same clip over and over again. So again, a little bit more variety, good branding here. The topic selection seems to be the variance on what gets views. So you might want to consider that and what you're sourcing for topics. But yeah, other than that, and then if you're going to do that, I would say you have to revamp your homepage to feature these live streams and the replays. I'd also probably take the Tim Pool strategy and I would start clipping the live streams and not just doing YouTube Shorts clips, but I would clip 8 and 12-minute segments from the live show and I would put those in YouTube Shorts, not shorts, video clips as regular videos, especially since you're going daily. And I would post 3 of those or 5 of those a day. Do not worry about, oh, well, YouTube says they only do 3 notifications 24 hours. Notifications are not that strong of a YouTube traffic signal and traffic source. Less than 2% of all views generally for most people come from notifications ever. So we found that in analytics. I've shown that before. Other people's analytics have shown that. I've reviewed and worked with, I've reviewed 500, no, sorry, why did I say 500? I've reviewed 5,000 channels on these review streams in the last 10 years. I have worked with over 700 going on 800 creators now. And I can tell you that notifications don't really help a YouTube channel. Don't worry about blowing through them as far as the 3 notifications a day limit. Just post your all's content. There's no such thing really even as posting too much unless you post like 20 times a day in one format. And I'll tell you the reason I know that. I work with a creator, Sweaty Clash. He posts like 3 to 5 gaming commentary videos a day, and it hasn't hurt him. It's only helped his bank account, and it hasn't hurt his views. And that's not an anomaly. I've seen it with Roblox creators I've worked with, Minecraft creators I've worked with. They just post multiple times a day. Obviously, political commentators post multiple times a day. All the evidence says it does not hurt. Early Bird 9 gets you guys, if you only want a pro account, Early Bird 9 gets you a pro account for 50% off forever. And Early Bird Elite gets you 50% off on Elite account. If you use Early Bird 9, it basically makes a pro account $9 a month if you're interested in creatorscorecards.com. So that's how it works. Matt Miller says, yes, mine is literally like less than 1% LOL on notifications. Absolutely. Yeah, notifications on YouTube haven't been worth much in a while, unfortunately. Yes, Justin, the water bottle is also a tripod and magnetic phone holder. Yes, absolutely it is. So that's dope. And it's metal. And it's, well, no, it's not no spill. I thought it was no spill. So that's on me. But it's also hard to knock this thing over, like, once it has water in it. It weighs a ton as it is. Insane Wheel says, yeah, I've dedicated my Monday Friday show to a scheduled 10 a.m. for an hour, and I'm kind of lame with the layout YouTube channel, as you can see. Yeah, if I just say fix the layout stuff, if you can fix the layout stuff, that would actually be very, very helpful to you just at a glance. And then your thing can do a lot better. And like I said, you don't have to do a lot of extra work to make extra money with this channel just by clipping the long form into regular videos from these live streams. Just use Opus Clip. If you don't have my link, I'll put it in the chat and I will put it in the description for anyone who wants to use Opus Clip. I've been working with them. We don't have an Opus Clip live stream tomorrow in the morning. So what I'm probably going to do is right after Nick Nimen's stream, we normally do an Opus Clip stream in the afternoon, right after Nick Nimen. So what I'm going to do is, since we're not doing that, I will probably just go live tomorrow at some point. And so then I will kind of just take over that time slot. We may even do channel reviews for that time slot. And what Opus Clip will do is it will automatically, but you can also fine tune it. You can prompt it. It will automatically help you clip a live stream into long form clips that you can use on your regular YouTube channel since you're a live stream newscaster. And it will also help you with your shorts and your short form for other platforms by taking those and cutting them into vertical videos. And it will actually track motion, do all the things that needs to make them look good. You can still modify it right there in the browser. You can edit it, works as a video editor. But the best part with Opus Clip is that it can schedule all of those to release across multiple platforms. So you don't have to do anything extra. Oh, I have to upload and write a description for Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Oh my God. No, it will do all of them and you can schedule them to go out. You can schedule them for the same time, different times, go to all your platforms. So now that's how all of us can do our own clipping. We don't necessarily have to hire a clipping company, and you can just post and schedule everything out. And you can just do it in like a very short time. You can get like a week's worth of content out in like 30 minutes. And by a week's worth of content, I mean like 15 videos across 6 platforms. So like 75 videos in a week, and you can do it in 35 minutes. So that's what's wild about it. Yeah, Chantel, thank you for jumping in. It's powerhouse for clipping. Absolutely. Insane Will says, my problem has been laziness with short videos because I dedicate so much for the live show. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you that this will help you with the laziness thing, because it'll already, if you hook up Opus Clip to your channel, it'll auto import the live stream and it'll start clipping it for you, and it'll pick some selects and say, hey, we think these would be good. What do you think? And you just kind of review them and say, yep, absolutely. And then you can decide to publish them or schedule them. So this will eliminate you having to manually do everything. Or you can tell it, hey, I'm looking for this to be the clips from my thing. Here's what I want. And it'll find the clips for you. And it can search all the clips for you. Or I said this. So if you want to do it that fine tuned, you can. But it can also do a lot of this automatically for you. So for someone like you have a lot going on, so this would be ideal for someone like yourself. So I've linked that in the chat. I'm going to add it to the description for today's video. Opus Clip is the best clipping tool for short form and repurposing. Get it here with my affiliate link. Boom. All right. So I've added that to the description. There you go. And so, yeah, I would say for most of you, like the tools that I recommend, because they just make all this easier and faster without having to be an artist or a brainiac, is I just usually recommend 1 of 10 and Opus Clip, because with 1 of 10, you can go ahead and it can help you with fixing your titles. It can help you find topics that are already trending up so you can figure out topics. You can find outliers for timing, and it can generate better thumbnails than most of you will ever be able to do on your own, no matter what. So, and it'll match the brand of your channel and it'll actually be effective. That's how I got the thumbnail even for tonight's live stream. Like this was a combination of me cleaning up the photography, believe it or not, with ChatGPT. I cleaned up the photography with ChatGPT. I told it how I would edit the photo as a photographer. And so it cleaned up my photo. I popped that into 1 of 10, prompted the thumbnail, and boom, I got the thumbnail back for tonight's live stream. And so that took me like 3 minutes. So it's just faster. Even for someone like me who has Photoshop skills, it was just 3 minutes. So because I wanted to stream tonight. I did my workout at the gym. I didn't want to sit in Photoshop for 20 minutes just to get a thumbnail. So I would highly recommend it. I don't know if that stat matters to the review, but I do have 255 recurring members of today. Oh, hey, that's great for you. Here's what I would say, even with that, for your recurring members. I don't know if you're doing this, but YouTube has a feature when you go live that you can kind of velvet rope off the live stream to convert part of it, the back end, to a members only stream. And it'll still have the public live stream to publish, but members only will be able to see the members only part. And it can encourage more people to become members so that they don't miss out. And so that's actually an easy way to generate more paying channel members. So good for you, man. Good for you, Mike. But those would be my suggestions for your channel in terms of how you can capitalize on shorts and definitely make more money. You can actually fix the layout, like I said, for the homepage, because people don't even know from your homepage what you're actually uploading now. So just go to the customization side, fill that out, and just make sure the lives are getting over there and that people are seeing them. And then you can start doing clips for the videos, because your videos are like, more dated going back. You just clip from the live streams and you can use Opus for that. And then basically it's free money on YouTube, more discovery, more reach from videos you're already doing. And you just have more content without having to do much, but it's not lazy. It's actually efficient for the audience, because not everyone wants to watch a super, super, super long live stream, even though you have a lot of people who do. And this will allow you to make more revenue, reach more people, show up in more locations on YouTube. If you use this, you'll show up more in the shorts feed, completely different traffic source, more in search, more in suggested, more videos, more ad revenue, more money on top of members and donations. And then, like I said, with the membership feature that YouTube added, you can even encourage and grow more members that way. And yeah, the channel banner, I would optimize it for all devices instead of just for television. And you could probably throw that into like ChatGPT's image generator or into Gemini's image generator, and could probably fix that for you and optimize it if you tell it to optimize it for YouTube, but to make it fit for and good for all devices, and to prioritize mobile, but also be friendly for television. And then boom, then you don't have to worry about it. So that would probably be extremely helpful. The way you have it out, 10 a.m. is entirely members over live. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. So hopefully you're promoting that in the other streams. And then, by the way, if you wanted to, you could record something that promotes that and the members only show at the end of every video. And you could tie that into Opus and upload it so you can put it on the back end of every short and everything, so it promotes it or something like that. Or you could link to a trailer, because maybe your YouTube channel trailer shouldn't be the one that is. Maybe your YouTube channel trailer should introduce them to the channel, but also support and promote the members only show that you do, so you grow the membership. Because if you could get 1,000 members, man, you know that that's life changing. You have 250 members. Imagine having 1,000 members. That would be life changing. Fiberific says, yeah, the FOMO is real. Returning viewers don't like missing out. Wink. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Chantel. Yeah, I don't have any mods today, but now I have you, so thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that's my review for Insane Wheels. It looks like we had some more super chats come in after David. So we have Angel B Designs. Thank you for the 1999 super chat. We appreciate you. So we have 7 channels in the queue now altogether. We've done 6. Sorry, we've done 1, so we have 6 to go. And so we'll be doing that. And looks like your boy will be staying up till right about his bedtime, 9:30. So Angel B Design says, I don't know what be considered a small channel, but lately I've been struggling to get the same views I used to get. Just looking for an overall opinion on of the channel and how to take it to the next level. We'll absolutely do that. And then we'll also plug your channel into creator scorecard. Um, oh, just a quick thing. I forgot to just do a quick thing and see how Mike's channel would look in Creator Scorecard, and if there's any insight that would offer us. We'll do a quick version of that so we can get through the rest of these reviews. And let's see. Chantel, I don't know if you have access to the Google form that we use to track the channels for the channel reviews and to update any of that. But if you do, any help with that tonight would be appreciated. But if you don't, and if you haven't learned how to mess with that, at some point I'll get the mods together and we'll do a little bit of a training and we'll see what we can do. So let's see. All right. So we'll just do a quick screen share and see how creator scorecards shows up for Mike's channel, Insane Wheels. So if we go to the channel audit feature and we go to the performance radar, you can see that it could be growing more, but he's getting views. He has consistency. He's uploading content regularly. So there's gonna be some areas that he scores well in. This got a C, and a C is good, by the way. Don't take it twisted. And my grading system is not quite one-to-one with, like, say, the US grading system. So grain of salt there. So content consistency, very strong. Maintain the cadence. Annual upload volume, strong. View performance average. I think that it's because of how much of the videos are hit or miss, because some wildly underperform. So it's looking at that. Your subs conversion rate from short form actually does very well. View stability on long form, again, it's those wild ranges. And so it's things like that. But it actually feels you're doing very well with your title optimization, believe it or not, and with scheduling videos and with overall shorts. So it's actually like giving you a pretty fair grade there. And then we also do have thumbnail scores that this can analyze, by the way, on individual thumbnails by format. Now, your thumbnails are effective, but the reason it's giving them a D is probably more on it's hyper grading you for them being cluttered. But just because a thumbnail scores this on a D, it's looking at it from a graphic design perspective. It's not necessarily indicative of how well a thumbnail will do on YouTube, so much as, hey, these are like design choices and things because that's scoring on. Like, how obvious is the idea at a glance? How visually attractive is the thumbnail? It's clutter, it's eye catchiness, and it's going off some very specific things there for psychology reasons. But guess what? Something could be technically not correct, but emotionally resonate for different reasons. That's why I would say take these with a grain of salt, because it's being hyper critical. Some of your favorite YouTubers will have thumbnail scores. You'd be like, how did it score that? But if you look at the breakdown, you'd go, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that when it breaks it down. But that's also just being hyper analytical. But that's how I built the tool. I built the tool to be incredibly analytical and data driven. Um, this obviously will give you some feedback, Mike, on your best time windows of what's performed the best in views based on timing. You have a schedule that you do, so you're not going to change that schedule for the most part. But this also just tells you what's going on, and you could just kind of see what the general overall highest view time is performance wise for you. And then, of course, you can look through this and then see how you do against competitors. So just to show you guys what the tool is capable of. And when we plug in a real channel, hear from the community into it, what do we get back? So just wanted to show you guys that. We've got Luminos Zar Fables. I'm just going to call you Luminous. Herbert would love a review. Luminous Zar Fables, working on upscaling content for better engagement. Ideas on my new intro video. What products and business opportunities might match my channel? Big thanks. Okay, we'll take a look. We will take a look. We've got 3 more slots for channel reviews tonight. Some point, I got to get the mods together and see what we can do about making sure everybody knows how to use the form and stuff like that. What's the difference between pro and elite again? Okay, great question. Great question. So, Matt, the difference between pro and elite is usually how many channel audits you can do in a certain amount of time. in terms of, because it uses backend credentials from YouTube. Because, by the way, we get our data directly from YouTube, from YouTube's own API tools. So we have to like look at how often we can let people, how many channel audits they can do in a day, a week, a month, based on that. So it's partly that elite members get a much, much higher bracket on that. And then two, obviously, you know that pro plan members get certain features and other people don't. And also, there are going to be exclusive features that are rolling out most likely at the end of this month or early next month for Elite only. And there are panels within existing features that unlock for Elites only. The other thing that Elites are going to get is that Elites are going to get access to more of our Intel reports. They're going to be aggregating my backend data and generating the averages and things like that. So you're going to get our data reports that come from all of our backend data aggregates. Basically, your boy is out here right now farming the data of thousands upon thousands of YouTube channels and figuring out kind of what's the average upload cadence for channels over 100K, a million, 10 million, whatever. How many, what is the commonalities between these videos to get 100,000 views versus a million views versus less than 10K views versus less than 50K views. And I'm putting together data reports, but that data is not going 100% to everybody, but elites are going to get it. So you guys are going to get the Intel reports for channel sizes and things of that nature. And you're going to get special features and special individual data panels. And there's another level that Google has to give me of access, and I'm applying for it. Once Google gives me another level of access, there are some very unique elite features that will immediately be flipped on because I built them, but they're in beta right now because I'm the beta tester for them, because you have to then give permission to link your YouTube analytics to our tool, similar to what you've done with TubeBuddy, vidIQ, 1 of 10, all of those. Those features are going to be elite features in terms of the ones that let you connect your YouTube channel and get even more out of it and get things like my revenue radar. My revenue radar tool is going to be very significant. But that one, that is a very much coming soon feature. The main thing I'm working on, that feature works right now. I am waiting on YouTube to approve me, because the only way to get that one to work right now is I have to put you in on an approved list of test users until Google approves me, which I can do for some some elites that are willing to let me beta test with them and be a beta tester. I can give them access to the feature now for people that request that are elite members, elite account holders, but it won't be for everybody until, because we can only have 100 people in the beta pool with the testing pool for Google until the approval goes through. And then everybody who signs on to Elite, theoretically, if we had more than 100 Elite accounts, could get access to that tool, as long as they're willing to give permission to link their account. Analytics only. It doesn't modify anything on your YouTube channel. It's just read-only analytics data for the tool to be able to see the data, sort the data, and organize it and measure it and do all the cool things. So if you're wondering what the difference between Pro and Elite was, it's access to our industry reports and access to Elite-only features and panels, early access, and a higher limit on all of your utilization. A significantly higher limit. So yeah. Ba, 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 ba. So yeah, so that is primary difference. Let's see here. And oh, Chantel, you're helping go through the form. Excellent. Appreciate you. So yeah, we'll get through these here. Let me see. Oh, we got another super chat here. We have Yad Vibes. Hey, Roberto, crossed 4,000 hours requirement for monetization. Congrats. Subscribers got stagnant. In addition, was not consistent. Would appreciate all your criticism. You'll get it. No, no problem. We got you covered. We'll take care of it. Chantel, can you link the form that you're using right now in the mod chat? That way I can see if we're in the same form, or it's possible that I'm in the wrong one or something. Oh, wait, no, it looks like you're in. Okay, no, I see it. I refreshed. You're in and you've done all of the updates here. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, and just we need the other 3 channels added that came in after David. I think it was 3 channels more, because I think we're up to like 8 channels and we have room for 2 more. All right, so we're gonna do Samtastic games. Hopefully he's still with us. Samtastic Games. This is really cool branding. So really dig this. This is interesting. I have no idea what these characters are referenced to. Where chaos and games collide, family friendly VR gaming. Okay, I don't do VR gaming. That would be why. Aside from like when I go to that one place downtown. Okay, very cool. Yes, Matt. If you use the codes, it's $9 for pro, and if you use the codes, it's 19 for elite. Yes, absolutely. So early bird 9 for a pro account, and early bird elite for an elite account, and that will do it. Yep. And we're trying to get our first 100 users in 100 days. So that's my big challenge, in addition to my gym journey. Yeah, we got Samtastic Games here. Really dope channel. You do VR gaming, comedy, and adventures. You've got a trailer up here. You know, for 800 subscribers, these views are actually respectable. And don't get discouraged. Like Mr. Beast had to make like hundreds upon hundreds of videos to even get his first 10,000 subscribers. Your thumbnails are also better than his, so kudos to you. Probably using AI for the thumbnails. These are really good shorts thumbnails too. So the main thing I want to compliment is all the branding and design choices on this channel. I mean, I think a lot of y'all could learn from this. So this is excellent. And then there's clearly a good upload consistency and cadence happening. So let's dig into this a little bit more. This is like really well done. Respect. It's just that the VR gaming niche is so specific, so you're just gonna grow with it. If these VR games pop, or a VR game pops off and you're early to it, you'll definitely get views. Your thumbnails definitely improved from where they were a couple of months ago, and so is your consistency, clearly. If you just stay consistent, I'm sure that this can grow at this point, because the thumbnails are dope, and for the size of the channel, the views are fine. I would just like to see the consistency of at least 1 to 2 videos a week if you can. And for shorts, for a gaming channel, you definitely want to post a bunch of shorts here. Branding these thumbnails the way you're doing for the YouTube shorts is smart, because if this shows up in not just the shorts feed, but in other places like the homepage, this can actually be really, really good. You say the editing was super hard, but you're learning. Yeah, just keep learning with the editing, but also sometimes editing, you see it yourself. No matter how hard you edit, that doesn't decide what gets more views. It can be topic, title, thumbnail, and timing more than anything. Because I'm sure you edited just as hard as all of these, but look at the difference in views, 1K views versus 27. But just keep learning, because editing's never a bad skill to have. And also, though, you must have gotten some views from like the YouTube homepage at some point, because some once you start doing the branded thumbnails for the shorts, a lot of them started doing better. But even if it didn't, they like look better on your YouTube channel, and I was immediately impressed with them. It makes me take your channel far, far more seriously. So no, this is really good. So excellent work on there. Are you doing a live VR gaming? Not in 6 months. Okay, cool. Now, so this is pretty dope. So a lot of my advice here is going to be on upload consistency when you can, but you're a kid, so again, don't take it like too hard. And then remember, the VR game niche is very narrow. Like there's people either love it or they hate it in terms of VR games, and people need specialized hardware to get into it. So there is that part of things. So let's see what happens to your channel when we plug it into my tool. So when we plug you into Creator Scorecard, you actually get a B, and you get a decent B. You get a 78 out of 100, and um, it's giving you good marks on your consistency, probably because of the shorts, your diversification, probably because of the shorts, the overall content and performance. Growth could be better, obviously, and it explains what all these things are and why. So this is actually, I think, really good. And it gives into some specifics. Like if it generate a strategy narrative, we'll see what its analysis is and if it would be similar to what I would say. So our AI strategy narrative says this. It says that the channel's two biggest competitive strengths are its high content density relative to its channel age, meaning you upload a lot in a short period of time. Um, and the most impactful weakness is the dominance of shorts in the content strategy, because the overwhelming majority of your content is shorts, and it's shooting above average there. And that could be affecting the growth and engagement. So yeah, so it's actually suggesting you do a little bit of more long form consistently. I would agree with a lot of that. Um, so it's, the diversification there. And then some of the shorts are underperforming while some are wildly swinging. In your case, I think it's grading you that saying you do too much shorts. It's like, ironically, the only reason it's giving you an F is your shorts are not bad at all. So don't think that that's what it means. It just means that it's like, unless you were going to designate yourself a shorts channel, and I might put something in here that says if someone is like doing 80% of shorts or more, it's a shorts channel. So then grade it differently. I might make that parameter. So I'll make a note to myself, because in your case, this would be somewhat misleading, because you may not even be trying to be a shorts channel, but you kind of gone in that direction. But it shouldn't grade you this low, in my opinion, for an intentional direction to just do what's working and what's easy. So I think that's fair, but your channel overall still scored really well. So I think that this is actually really strong. If I was going to regrade it because of how harshly it graded you on shorts there, I'd probably regrade this to probably an 82 or 85. So I would say that. For channel analytics, it clearly shows how much of your channel is influenced by shorts, and that your average views on shorts are more than double your average views on long form. So I like showing people this, and I don't think other tools do show this. That's why I made it. Is okay, here's the difference between formats, and you're getting more average views on shorts than videos by double. So why wouldn't you do more shorts? And they're easier. So I could definitely see it. And then in terms of the shorts, the majority of your views came from shorts. 97% of them did. So why wouldn't you? So, that makes sense. Of your last 20 videos, which were mostly shorts, 40% of your views came from just 20 of them. So when I look at things like that, I just feel like those are really good stats and interesting data to have. And then seeing which of your shorts were outliers, if any. Like this one, something went wrong with the experiment. And this one's like very curiosity driven. So I think that this is just like really interesting stuff. And that's why I built the tool, is to like figure this out for people and just kind of show them, hey, what's up? So again, I think you got a great channel. I think that you're doing a lot of things right, especially for your age. I would keep going with it. With the virtual gaming niche, you just need to be able to jump on a game early that's popping off, and the channel probably will rise with it. This is our son's dream to be a YouTuber. We're trying to help him. We participate as family, but he's the main attraction. Okay, great. So I wasn't sure if it was your son on the chat or you guys. So, I wanted to give accurate advice just in case it's either way, but also wanted to definitely be encouraging, but not patronizing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, you're a B student who has the potential to be an A student. Like, just like work on studying these things a little more and you'll do great. So yeah, and good for you and good on you guys for being good parents and encouraging them this early. The skills that all of you can develop as a family around this YouTube channel are skills that translate into the direction the world is going. So, yeah, keep going. Yes, Matt. If you use the codes and they're in the description, but I'll link in the chat as well. Let me see if there's an easy way to do it. But I'm going to plug this into chat for people so that they can find it. All right, there you guys go. So yeah, the discount code for the pro accounts to bring them to $9 a month is early bird 9. And to get $19 a month, get the elite account 50% off at $19 a month, it's early bird elite. And they'll take care of you guys. And you can just go to creatorscorecards.com. I think the normal price pro would be 19, but we got 50% off, and elite would normally be 39, but we got 50% off. So that makes them 9 and 19 is how we worked it out. And so we got those discount codes in the description, and then I just copied and pasted them into the chat for you guys. And yeah, we've got a bunch of people signed up, but we're hoping to have our first 100 pro and elite accounts in the next 100 days. So we definitely appreciate everybody supporting. I might be a lunatic this week and just do a week of channel review live streams just so people get the word out. Wouldn't that be crazy of me to do? Again, we might do channel reviews tomorrow since we don't have an Opus Clip stream to do. Yeah. But speaking of reviews, let's review the Angela Denise. Love the branding, the channel banner, all of it. Thumbnails are definitely improving since last time we spoke and saw your channel. So you're crushing it. 14,000 subs. Can't wait to plug this into the software. So let's see. Layout is good. Probably the best channel layout we've seen this entire time. Very good job on the Sephora hauls for the month. This is brilliant. And you're probably killing it with YouTube Shopping affiliate when it comes to this. So let's see. We've got you in the chat here. One of the questions I want to ask is, what do you think would be more beneficial for me to start a new channel versus working on this old one? If you were doing a new channel, what would the new channel be? Because this one, in my opinion, is a really good moneymaker. Is it that you're looking at adding a different type of content that makes you want to start a new channel? Let me know. So I'd love more details, Angela, because as it stands, I think the channel is doing well. I think some things can be hit or miss. I think that this one is a thumbnail issue. In terms of this, the thumbnail could have been stronger. I also think the thumbnail could have been stronger for this Get Ready With Me video. as well. Um, the Sephora haul videos did extremely well, and you know that it wasn't a dip in quality. So this is literally, in many cases, the difference between getting less than 2K views and getting 2K views, which is great for a channel your size, is all the thumbnail strategy. So there was some hit or miss there, but great thing is these are evergreen videos. You can literally update the thumbnails or A/B test them and then get more views on them because they will be evergreen videos. And you said yourself, YouTube shopping does really well. YouTube does main source of income right now. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. YouTube shopping can earn far more than AdSense. Like a channel like Angela's could probably do like 3 or 5 grand a month just in YouTube shopping affiliate. I don't know if that's what you're making right now, Angela. And I ain't gonna put your business out there. You can if you want to, but I think a channel like this could be doing like 2 to 5 grand a month easily in shopping affiliate alone, even with these views, and could convert highly with YouTube shopping affiliate, especially on short form, but on long form haul videos, absolutely. So I think that there's definitely something there. You want to do the same type of content. Um, what is the purpose? If you want to do the same type of content, what makes you want to do a second channel? Let me know, Angela, and I'll give you my thoughts and my advice. Several $1,000s a month with a small channel on YouTube. That needs the air horns. Hopefully the air horns are coming through with StreamYard. I wouldn't know. But yeah. So big congrats to you on that one. Cause like that's great. And I think there's a lot of people benefiting from that. I think it's YouTube's greatest kept secret right now. No air horns. StreamYard. See, this is why I'm probably gonna switch from StreamYard, y'all. It won't let me do my camera switching, even though I got the camera set up. It won't let me do my air horns. And they're gonna gaslight me and tell me it's my hardware. Second channel idea is because it seems like the two want to promote, like YouTube want to promote newer channels. This might attempt to gain more reach. I think that you should try it. This channel's making money. Generally, my key is if something's making money, let me grow that. But I'm also for diversification opportunities. If it's similar content and you want to do another channel because you think you can grow that channel faster, the truth is your channel is actually doing well and it's actually growing well, in my opinion. But I know it can be frustrating on views sometimes or things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what happens when I plug your thing into my tool and we'll say what it says. But you could just start another channel and then you could focus on it or not focus on it, just depending on whether it proves that it is going to grow faster or be promoted more. And reach is a weird thing and it may not always go the way we think. But let's take a peek and see what my tool says. So my tool gives you a 72 out of 100 with a B rating. And it says the weaker area is growth, which seems to be what you're concerned about because you're doing well in the performance radar in everything else. We'll let run the narrative strategy by analyzing your channel. We'll look at this. And when it says growth, it's talking about month-on-month sub growth, year-over-year sub growth, content density, meaning relative channel age, meaning, upload more. Doing fairly well in every other way. Very good marks overall. Angela Nice's channel excels in engagement with an impressive 8.84 and shorts view sub conversion performance, highlighting its strong connection with the audience and effective use of shorts. Strong connect. That's great feedback. Most critical weakness is needing attention to extremely low year-over-year subscriber growth. and indicates that while existing content retains viewers, it fails to attract new subscribers, essential for expanding the channel's reach. To address this, Angela should introduce a structured premiere strategy. I don't necessarily agree with the premiere strategy to leverage live engagement. I don't necessarily agree with that prescription, but I agree with the description of what's going on, but not the conclusion of how to change it. My thing is, I would tap into trends, not live streaming or premieres or scheduled videos. I would tap into trends to grow new subscribers. And I'd also aggressively do shorts to grab new subscribers and address the year-over-year subscriber growth and month-over-month subscriber growth. That'd be my recommendation. So I don't agree with the analysis. That's why I'm still better than AI. But I agree with it describing the situation. I just don't agree with its conclusion of how to fix it. So my strategy for you would be I would post more shorts and I would tap into specific trends for brands and launches and releases to reach new people completely. And I would be doing that more aggressively. However, you could also try that on a new channel. But the thing is, you could do a whole new channel and then still hit the same ceiling of growth at some point that you are now. Whereas you could put all your energy into this channel and possibly shatter that ceiling. So it's a either or. But here's what I will tell you. If for some reason the new channel reached completely different people, and then you get it monetized, at least even with YouTube Shopping Affiliate, you would make more money. So I'm not really entirely against this. Uh, hey Roberto, is your tool Claude made? I prototyped some of it in Claude, but mostly I actually made it with Manus, which is, in my opinion, leagues above Claude, leagues and leagues above Claude. So I use a tool called Manus, Manus, and it is like a monster, and it can also spin up the ProtoSQL and SUPA databases, do Tailwind, do well, how much do I want to talk about? Like, Node.js, all of those other things. So it's extremely developer friendly. It's a little bit more advanced, but it's really good. It's really good. But you probably like someone could use Manus without a developer background. You guys may forget I was a SEO guy, website designer, and website developer. Primarily front end, but I did have some back end experience, but I wasn't as good of a programmer. Like no one would accuse me of being some great programmer. I was really, really good with ActionScript before Steve Jobs killed it. Adobe ActionScript was my whole jam. I was making those animated Flash websites. I was doing animated Flash tunes for Newgrounds and that kind of thing back in the day. I don't even remember what my account was. And so I was way back. Well, back in my day, like this is like, many years ago, decade ago, more than a decade ago, probably more than a decade ago. So that was like my skill set. I was able to like remember and retain a lot of those things. There were things where I just didn't know how to write the code to do something, but I knew exactly what I wanted it and needed to do, knew all the protocols, the parameters. I could sketch out the database and I could draw you, here's the database architecture. Here's how I want everything to work. Here's what I want the parameters to be. Here's what I want the conditional to be in terms of the Boolean. Here's what I want the programming logic to be. I could do all of that. I would argue that I was a really good systems architect and I was a good UI UX designer and I was a good front end guy and a fantastic SEO, which then applied to YouTube and was my main YouTube strategy in the early days of my channel. And it worked, still works to this day. And then JSON LD, I was a jQuery guy. So I was like really into this stuff. Like, Python, Perl, PHP, MySQL, ProtoSQL, JavaScript, jQuery libraries, WordPress guy. I was like super into it, right? But the company I was at, the ceiling for that was like, yeah. And then I went and I took over. I had to run two departments. I had to run the web design department and work with the developers and the R&D team as the front end lead, but also the client facing lead. And then I also had to sell the website design services. And then I had to be the marketing manager, manage all the Google advertising, all the local print advertising budget, and any of our other digital forward facing. And I had to also do the press releases, the email marketing. I was doing like 8 jobs for one paycheck. At which point you like well, wait, just become a YouTuber. But I digress. It wasn't actually just become a YouTuber. It was leave corporate, freelance, do all of this, get paid more, which then gave me the time to become a YouTuber, which then took over my life. So there's that. And then I spun off that into my other business ventures. And then here we are with me building my own software. So yeah. Angela says, I started using Opus clips for shorts per your recommendation a few months back, and I do plan on looking more into trending ideas to attempt to grow the audience. Yeah, absolutely. I think that definitely would work for you. But the best thing is to pair all of that with the shorts to the YouTube shopping, as you well know, and make more money. Nice. I've heard of Manus when it was a deep seep project. Google bought it since no, Meta bought it. Meta bought Manus. Manus over Claude is super slept on. Yeah, I use Claude to prototype, and then I do an MD to port to Manus to do the back end fulfillment for everything. And then I also make sure that handles all of my locking down everything. Yeah, Manus is amazing. Whoop whoop. Yep, absolutely. Let's see. Shogun K, thank you for the 1999 super chat. Got monetized, then YouTube started demonetizing my channel, saying my videos violated terms. I was doing true crime reactions, confused when there are these kind of other videos on the platform. Need some guidance. Thank you. All right, we'll see what's going on. You can usually win appeals on that. Excuse me 1 second. Got to plug this thing in. Yeah, you can usually win appeals on that. We'll take a quick peek at it and see if there's anything we can advise you on. The main thing that helps the most is just whatever your appeal posture is. So yeah. Let's see. We got through 3 of these. So we have Your Swiss Doctor next, and then we've got David Matney in the house, and then we've got Angel B Design. So we've got a couple returning channels here, which is really great. Really appreciate you guys. Love the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. All right, so I have the channel for Your Swiss Doctor. I think in my head, I'm thinking of it as Your Swiss Banker. But I have a translation here for this to English. Welcome to Your Doctor in Switzerland. The channel is to provide, see, great. Thank you, Google Translate. Claims for people in Arab world with latest diagnostic treatment methods, prestigious Swiss medical institutions. Okay. So the issue with the business stuff is, as I already stated for you, I told you the business side of this for you. The issue with conversions is a mismatch on the affluence or revenue allocation regionally, just depending on who you're reaching, in the Arab world. So there's just different levels to this. Let's see. The thumbnails, I'm obviously not going to be able to read in terms of accuracy on the thumbnails. The views seem to do very well for you on certain things. There is a channel that I would recommend you look at. It's Dr. Sten Ekberg. You remind me of basically um, the Arab version of his channel, but I would highly recommend you study him and his thumbnails, but you're already very close. So the main thing with the views, these are very good views. I would say the issue is if you could get your upload cadence on these up significantly to 1 to 2 times a week, when you get this upload cadence at 1 to 2 times a week with these videos, I think you do very well. There's some things, your thumbnails are great. It seems very much like Sten Ekberg. So I would keep going in that direction. Um, this is excellent. I'm going to see how well, because I think we do have a translation backend on my tool, but we'll see how well it handles what is technically a foreign language channel and if it's able to parse that meaningfully. So we will see. But the main thing I would score you here on is your thumbnail quality is excellent. Your live streams do well. I would do them more often. I don't know why you wouldn't be live streaming 1 to 2 times a week potentially. The problem is each episode is a 3 week production. I would try to find the bottlenecks in the production and see if you can be more efficient there. And then hopefully the revenue from the channel would be significant enough to help hire to tighten up the production and make that more efficient and effective. Um, oh wow, the shorts views are killing it too. We've rarely seen a channel where the views are so um significant in terms of every format actually hitting. So good for you there. So I would say that, yeah, your upload frequency cadence is the issue, but that's a production bottleneck for the quality that you're getting. But I think you could maybe address that with either tightening those bottlenecks, evaluating it, or staffing. Um, because I don't think you need to take the quality down. I just think you need to take efficiency up if you don't want to take the quality down, because these are extremely well produced. So very good job there. And then I would say, like I said, I think I addressed in when you submitted channel, I told you about what I think about fixing the ability to monetize it further. And I think that you're better off with B2B monetization for a lot of that rather than audience monetization. Some people's YouTube channel business model is better for business to business. So let's throw in into the tool and yeah, it's giving you a B. It's giving you 84 out of 100. Yeah, it's like whining about you oversaturating shorts a little bit. I don't agree with that. So I don't care about it. And it gives you mostly A's and B's on stuff and everything like that. If I were going to manually give you a grade, instead of an 84, I'd probably give you a 90 out of 100, if I'm being honest, with upload cadence obviously being the primary driver, but that's also just due to your um, production heavy workload in terms of dealing with that. So this looks very strong overall. And then compared to channels of your size cohort, you're in the top 10% in audit scores and in the top 10% of videos per views per video, very well on uploads per month and views per subscriber. You're absolutely killing it. So in the benchmarking scores, you're in the top percentiles among your peer group primarily. So you're killing it. Let's see. Category comparison for education. Does very well. Interesting. Engagement rate is lower, huh? Interesting. Oh, killing it on views per video comparison, uploads per month comparison, view per subscriber comparison. So among macro creators, which we have 280 channels we grade against there, and then 470 in education, you're doing extremely well. Yeah. So with all of that and even benchmarking you, I'd say you're doing extremely well. Because of our strategy with Daryl, shorts without notifying subscribers as a funnel. Smart. Okay, I see. Yep, I see. And I'm probably just gonna make an update to my grading logic when people do extreme shorts scenarios. Because also on the video analytics, there is I see exactly why Daryl recommended the short strategy to you guys, because 16 million views from shorts. You guys did great on long form, but you guys eclipsed that with 4 times as many shorts views, and then you have live streams for what it is. And then in terms of average views per format, I see what's happening there. Still extremely strong though. Oh, and I see the deal with the shorts outliers there. So yes. And the view distribution. So yes. So when you bring up the short strategy that Daryl gave you, it makes perfect sense. So no issue there. Yep. But that's also why we have multiple tools to evaluate the channel from multiple dimensions. So that's why I built it that way. It's also interesting that actually, because of my translation backend using Google's translation AI, that it was able to parse and understand what your channel is. So that's convenient. I do need to make it so that on my end, though, it will display for me on my side in whatever default language I am as the user. So I'll update that later. Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, this is creatorscorecards.com. It's my YouTube software that does channel audits and grading, but also does deep dive analytics and can find all kinds of interesting data about YouTube channel. And no other tool approaches it like this. It audits your channel, but you can also research a competitor, and you can also put yourself head to head with your competitors, and also does benchmarking. So the more people that use it, the more accurate our data is. And it's just a very different YouTube tool. It's the YouTube tool I begged everyone to make and nobody would, so I just did it myself. So that was what I've been doing the last 100 days that you guys may not have seen me. So so stuff like that, and tells you the actual performance of your uploads by format through the day, week, and hour. So you get cool stuff like that. So like I said, your Swiss doctor, your channel. Wait a minute. Trying to make myself bigger here. There we go. The main thing for your channel is on the business back end, the thing that I said, and then the production bottlenecks in terms of hiring people so that you don't have to sacrifice quality, but you can increase consistency. Love your let's see. Love your platform, brother. Can it include weekly feedback from you in any way? Actually, for things like feedback from me personally, you need to go to awesomecreatoracademy.com, where I offer coaching services. So that gives you access to me and my team, or you can join the Academy Pro group. There are actually a couple of members in the chat of the Pro group who can tell you how great it is. We meet twice a week. So if people want feedback from me, you can get it twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays if you're in the Awesome Creator Academy Pro group over at awesomecreatoracademy.com/join if you guys have not done that yet. So I'll link that into the chat for anyone who wants that. And you guys can check that out there. If you go to awesomecreatoracademy.com/coaching, you want to do a 30-minute or a 90-minute call with me, you want to do it one time, you want to do them monthly, you want to do them weekly, we have packages for that. I would get on in it now, because At the end of June, when I'm done speaking at VidCon, I will be, for new people, not if you sign up now, you're locked in and you get the price. But for new people, they will be paying a new price come the end of June going into July. Because as I told you guys, I'm going to be starting later this year, finally, the thing I've been wanting to do my whole life. I'm going to be doing my YouTube content. I'm going to be doing my coaching, but my time is about to be compressed because I'm going to be doing it all remotely. Because after this 100-day challenge I'm doing for re-uploading massive content to YouTube, going to the gym every day for 100 days, and also building this new software business. After this end of this 100-day challenge, which will continue, my time gets compressed because my next 100-day challenge after a short break going into the next year will be my nomad journey, which means my availability shrinks. And so that's going to change some things. But we're also going to be adding a bunch of things because there's also some tools and things that I'm giving only to the Academy members. We're dropping some new courses and workshops for Academy members. So definitely encourage you guys to check that out. And I'm also doing some other things for my coaching clients that we've never been able to do before, because now I have my own systems and tools that I've been able to build with software, thing I always wanted to do. So yeah, it's actually a very, very exciting time. Didn't you buy a house also? Way to go. Yes, I did. So in 2021, while I was speaking at Vid Summit, I closed on a house. It's this house. I'm not selling. I'm not selling the house. I'm keeping my house. You know, but I'm going to either at the end of this year, later this year, last 100 days of the year, or going very late into the year, early into next year, as long as all my passport stuff works out, I am going to run my business and do a nomad journey. That may not mean I leave the country. This house will be the place that I always come back to, retreat to. This is my save point. This is my save point, but I'm going to go adventuring and I'm going to finally be the world-class photographer I always wanted to be. Because you guys know it's my passion project. It's your boy doesn't just buy his cameras for YouTube, even though that's the tax write-off. Your boy buys these because your boy loves doing nature and wildlife photography. And if you've been following me on Instagram or X or Facebook, you've known that for a long time. And that when I first started my YouTube channel, I was doing photography and camera reviews, as well as tutorials for graphic design, video editing, web design, all my freelancer stuff, because I was a freelancer. And the original plan that I had was to do the YouTube channel to get freelance clients, And the plan back then was even to be a nomad, maybe not a world nomad, but to travel all over the country, go to all the national parks, go to all 50 states, and then eventually do a global journey and capture all 8 wonders of the world, go to all 7 continents, do a cruise to Antarctica and shoot penguins. Like, that was the plan when I was first, that was the dream. That was my dream when I first started doing all this stuff after leaving corporate America and barely ever getting a 2-week vacation. After leaving corporate America, barely ever getting a 2-week vacation, my original plan was to go that route. And what happened was my tutorial and freelance YouTube channel ended up allowing me to become a social media consultant, allowed me to become a public speaker, becoming a consultant on social media and helping online business owners and founders and people build their personal brands. Became all of that became people needing to do content creation to make that happen. So then came the pivot to helping content creators, specifically YouTubers, streamers, and podcasters. Mostly YouTubers, because you do YouTube for all of it and distribute everywhere, which is what I've always said. But my personal dream the entire time was to be able to make the kind of business and money that lets me plug in from a laptop anywhere in the world, take these big hulking lenses, and go and capture all the wildlife, all the scenery, all the animals that I love, possibly do something that helps with conservation and national parks and protecting endangered animals. I wanted to be like featured in National Geographic. That has been your boy's dream for a very, very long time. Life is short. So I did all the responsible things, bought the house, built the business. And then I did get to travel the entire country, but not travel the entire world. Won't go into all the shenanigans for my passport situation. Um, let's just say, um, I am very familiar with what happens when someone steals your identity and your identity is intrinsically linked to somebody who's not you. And you have to sort all of that out and you have to get your long form birth certificate. It's not fun. Let's just say that much. Let's say that much. So, yeah, I did camera reviews. Some of you might remember that. I did camera reviews, I did photography editing tutorials. So that's how all of this really started. And my plan and my dream was always to run a business. I thought for a long time it was going to be a consulting business or an ad agency. I fell in love with creator world. I fell in love with public speaking. I hated public speaking in high school. I knew I was kind of have to get over it at some point, especially being on camera. Um, and I fell in love with public speaking. So I got to travel the entire country. I've been to probably 38 of all 50 of the states. There's only like 12 states I've got to go to that I haven't yet. Um, and so I'm going to make that happen. And I want to see all 7 continents. The 6 that I haven't done. I want to see the 8 wonders of the world. I want to do all the things. And so why not? Why not just do it? So that's the plan. Oh, you're thinking the element front thing? No, it's the photography thing. I want to capture that. So yeah. Is creator scorecards included in the Academy VIP membership? No, but we are doing something more generous right now. We are because there's other software and things that you're going to get as an Academy member. If you're a VIP, you're going to get other tools that are not public yet or may never even be public. So you're going to get those as Academy member. Creator scorecards right now, you can get a discount for that at pro or elite level using the discount codes in the description. If you want a pro level, 50% off forever for creator scorecards, use early bird 9. It makes it $9 a month. You go to creatorscorecards.com. You put in at checkout early bird 9. It makes it $9 a month. That's 50% off. You get that for life. If you want an elite account, then you put in early bird elite. It makes creator scorecards $19 a month, and you get that price for life. So yeah, appreciate you. Which states y'all think he hasn't been to? I'm going with New Hampshire, Idaho, and Wyoming. Wow, you actually checked off um, a majority of the 12. So yeah, you guys are down to 9. He's right. Now you're down to 9. You're literally right off a rip with that. You're down to 9 states I haven't been to. Thank you for helping us in deferring your dream route. I would argue COVID probably had more to do with deferring my dream than a lot of things, plus passport shenanigans and identity theft. I would say passport shenanigans and identity theft probably had quite a bit more to do with deferring my dream than anything. Although I will say that work and doing a lot of this stuff also was non-trivial in slowing some of that down. But yeah, but at this point, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm like doing the workout journey to get back a massive amount of my fitness and health because I'm close to where I was before the pandemic, but I'm not quite there, and I don't want to stop at that. I want to be peak above where I was. So since the pandemic, I lost almost 20 pounds. So I'm down from like 159 down to 142. And I want to lose another 10 to 12 pounds if I can. I'll settle for 6 to 8, but I want that, or 6, 7. But I really want the 10 to 12 in the next 12 weeks. And even after the 100 days, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to stay working out, stay with the plan. And I also, in the next 100 days, we want the first 100 customers for Creator Scorecard to happen. We'd love that. We'd love more people to join the academy. And then in the next 100 days, I want to post 30 long form videos to the YouTube channel for you guys, because I have some really juicy updates on new things that YouTube is announcing. I have some new things I want to show you that my clients have been doing in terms of strategies that are working in 2026. You guys got a teaser with that. If you guys watched my appearance on Think Media TV, I think it's like one of the highest viewed videos of the last 10 that they've uploaded is me and Sean and me breaking down what works in YouTube 2026 because it's been working for my clients. I've been working so hard with my clients the last year that all of my energy has kind of went into their channels instead of into my channel, and you can kind of tell. But I also put so much of my time into creator scorecard, doing channel reviews, doing the academy, giving everything to our members. But now I'm figuring out how to balance all of that. And my goal is now to balance all of that while finally getting to live my dream and go do the national parks, do the international travel, and start my nomad journey and use my house as my save point so that whenever I'm done with wherever I am for a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, come back, rest, rejuvenate, re up again. So that's like my version of being a nomad is not going to be go away forever or become an expat. My version of it is go somewhere, have an adventure, sit in that, come back. I'm an introvert, recharge in my fortress of solitude, the place that I feel happy and safe, and then go back out into the world and always have somewhere to come back to. So that's kind of like my version of my nomad journey is being able to go out and be an adventurer, but always have a home to come back to. Rooting for you, Roberto. I've been following you on YouTube for over 12 years. Feel like a proud sister over here. Thank you. Appreciate that. Doug Houston in the house. Thank you for holding it down, Doug, while I struggle with StreamYard. At least now I have two super duper mods in the cut. So thank you. Appreciate it. Are you done doing channel reviews? No, we are halfway through them. We're halfway through them. We've still got the other half to go. And now that I have mods, it's actually easier because we have some help with that and with the form. So appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's just easier when the mods show up to do certain things. You could make an argument that I was stalling and we're doing some things on the chat. So yeah, but it's just yeah, life is easier with mods. Well, let me phrase that. Creator life is easier with mods. Yeah, there's space for like one more. Absolutely, yeah. Because we have yeah, I put all of them on the screen. So yeah, we've still got after this one, we've still got four more after David. I think one, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Yeah, after David, we've got four. And we have David's channels up. I'm just making sure we loaded the other channels from the form. So yeah, we're gonna hit 10 tonight. And what I'm gonna probably do is I'm probably gonna actually do another channel review session tomorrow, y'all. Because normally on Saturdays, we have an Opus clip stream that takes place 1 hour after Nimin Live. So we usually have that going on 1 hour after Nimin Live. So my current plan is since the Opus team can't make it tomorrow, um, for some logistics reasons, nothing bad. It just is what it is. We do that sometimes. I'm going to, and I've told everybody, hey, if there's a point where we can't fill in a stream, let me know. And then I'll just do one on my channel so the community still has something to watch on Saturday. I may need to refresh. Is there something that I need to refresh? Because I think we only have one slot left. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I just hit mod chat. Let's see. Yeah, you put together once you saw the big lens. Yeah. Appreciate you. Let's see. All right, we've got all the other channels loaded up in the browser. I just need to, because see, here's the other thing that slows me down right now. I have to change StreamYard's sharing every time I do this now because StreamYard is not working with my switcher for some reason. Like my switcher isn't even working for my second camera angle. So normally I do this and camera 2 would work because camera 2 is plugged in and it's everything and everything else seems to be working. But it's like, and I checked and it's not my switcher, it's a StreamYard thing. So I don't know. We're probably going to end up at some point using either Meld or Riverside. But yeah, we have Living in Omaha. We got David and Sam Matney crushing it. It's the air horns we're working right now. Yeah, David's channel, I've always said, is the prime example of how you do a real business on YouTube. It's crushing it. It's all designed to get leads. It's designed to make the phone ring. They've even got a QR code here that will work basically in most of the formats in terms of the devices and device context. They've got 475 videos, 75K subscribers, but this channel is probably making more money than most channels that have 100,000 subscribers. I love the profile pic here of David. So this is clutch. Playlist strategy is perfect. Excellent. Thumbnails, 5 out of 5 out of 5. Strong posting cadence in terms of YouTube community tab post. Excellent. Videos, good upload cadence. Shorts, not doing bad in my opinion. Very targeted shorts, intentional, probably hoping that they were more localized, and that could be a thing. I would argue short form, repurpose that to TikTok if you're not already, David, because the TikTok algorithm is hyper local. Use your shorts to repurpose into TikTok and abuse the local algorithm of TikTok. Your boy is not just a YouTube strategist. I actually know every platform. And the key there is TikTok's hyper local algorithm, as well as Snapchat, would be a huge advantage in your shorts first strategy, repurposing it to those places and reaching locals, and then using that to make the phone ring and get more leads. So I would actually, if you have a localized business, you want to be using TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook, as well as Instagram, but specifically TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, probably in that order for localized views on short form that you can repurpose from YouTube Shorts. Let's see. Um, this is smart. See, usually with you, a lot of I'm noticing the negative framing videos disproportionately do well on your channel if we look at it and it's not close. That is a big difference. It's as much as a 3x to 20x outlier difference when you do a negatively framed video, but not every single time. This Omaha's over one. I think the visual and the contrast just wasn't strong enough here. Your facial expression here for something just shifted in Omaha's housing market really sells it, but also the mystery of it sells it. The future of Omaha will surprise you. My 2026 position. I think here the title could have been stronger, David, for this one. You really need help on TikTok? Yeah, we can talk about that. Moving to Omaha, best 5 suburbs. This is actually a smart evergreen video. You're doing really well with the visuals, by the way, and the quality here. I'm sure people are really impressed. They lied about the Omaha housing market. Smart, smart. So this is really everything new and coming soon to Omaha in 2026. David, here's another thing. I would do seasonal versions of this video. For instead, so coming soon, new income, summer, fall, winter, spring. This video on Omaha's next big thing, do something similar like this, but theme it for summer, fall, winter, and spring. That way you can do that video quarterly and always milk that kind of video, and it will do well and it will be very timely. But also do the yearly whole wrap up for that too. It makes perfect sense. Avoid moving to the wrong areas in Omaha, every area explained. Do another one of these, David, where it's every county explained as well. And then do one that's every district. Do every count, avoid moving to the wrong area in Omaha, every area explained. Next, do every county explained, every district explained, and if you can get away with it, every neighborhood explained. For this one, on the if I were moving to Omaha, I'd move here. Do a inverse of this is if I were moving to Omaha, I'd never move here. Given that people are talking about pricing and affordability, I would actually do a series of videos, David, on how much house you get for certain amounts of money. So I would do how much house can you get in Omaha for $180,000? How much house can you get in Omaha for $220,000? How much house can you get in Omaha for $330? I would do these different price points that the Zoomers, the young people, will be fascinated by in terms of realizing there is a place that they can live that's not going to cost them like a $500,000. So I would absolutely do those. Then I would show people how much house you get for the bigger price points. Then I would actually start doing some comparisons of the most expensive versus least expensive homes in Omaha. And I think that that could do extremely well for your channel. We could talk about some strategies around these videos and title ideas and series ideas for these on a one-on-one call, David. But I think that there's a lot of evidence that this will do well on your channel and that it's actually perfect for the way that things are moving right now. And that there's a lot of more growth that can be gotten here. But you're killing it. You're doing great. I'm so glad the business is growing. It looks like you're still loving the channel, having fun with it. So I think that's really smart. Let's look what's going on the live side. Live show. It's not doing terrible. It's got its own following. These thumbnails are killer. I do like these. Yeah, it looks like you're having a good time, man. And like I said, there is a short strategy where if these are taken differently, there's a way to possibly approach these. We still might post on YouTube first, but we could post on YouTube using almost a TikTok first thought mindset behind it to accelerate the hyper local cadence of TikTok's algorithm to reach local users, because then that grows your specific business. And that would be the game for real estate. So yeah. So I would look at that as a real estate channel or as a hyper local business, and your instinct to use the QR code and phone number for everything is the right move. So kudos and hats off to you for that. All right, and I can cheat. I can have a Canada Dry, zero sugar cranberry ginger ale. It's not going to be perfect for my fitness, but it's going to be like the one bad thing I do this entire week, just because I'm running out of water here. That's probably the least bad drink thing I could do. So next we're gonna throw your channel into creator scorecard, David, just to see what it says. But I think you enjoyed my critique on it. Let's see. And Well, this is the timing cadence and everything like that. You may be surprised on what the difference on average daily views by format is by day. That's actually really interesting for you. So that data could be really cool. Let's see what the channel audit says. It's giving you a C, but I bet you there's something off there. Oh, it's mostly focusing on month over month, year over year channel growth. And again, don't take the growth impact thing there seriously as harshly. It's going to give everybody who's not reaching a certain threshold of subscriber growth there, myself included, but also some YouTubers who have peaked. Some big YouTubers who have peaked will get that on the growth thing, but it gets your attention. The reason I do it is it gets your attention and then it just tells you certain data points and goes, okay, yeah, I could focus on that a little bit more, because be surprised if you just focus on something a little bit more with regard to these, you immediately will jump from like an F to a C with just a little bit of effort. But it's mostly just to call out your attention to something that really could be holding you back. But also your channel, David, is not designed specifically for subscriber growth. It's designed to grow a business. So I wouldn't worry about it as much. And you're scoring high marks in almost everything else you're supposed to. In terms of engagement, the engagement thing for you is misleading because your channel's there to make the phone ring, not to get a bunch of comments. It's there to get people to call you and to make you money. You're getting an S ranking on shorts because you're like at the top tier, killing it. You're doing exactly what I would want there. So yeah, no issues there. My real grade for your channel is actually much closer to a very high B. If you know, it's very close to a high B for your channel. The difference will be some of the strategy things that I gave you specifically. And I'm not really going to consider growth as a primary driver nor engagement for your channel type, based on your channel type being that it's driving a real world business. I can discard both of those things if I'm being honest, because those are YouTubery things, not business person who owns a that owns a YouTube channel thing. So yeah. So that is overall my objective analysis there. In terms of the data, your view distribution, this tells the story, but again, you're not optimizing for that as much as you're optimizing for leads. And then this tells you the difference in your averages per format, and then the ratio of the views generated. This highlights your outliers by format and which things overperform versus underperform. 20% of your videos of the last 100 were responsible for 84% of your views. So you're the living embodiment of the 80-20 rule. So again, well done, David. Good stuff there. Good data. Let's see. For channel user size, see, this is another thing about my stuff is it will take into consideration your channel size, and give you the benchmarks of saying, hey, for all the channels we've measured of a similar size across their last 100 videos, here's how you're doing compared to channels of your size. And you can go, okay, I'm not doing that badly after all, and it will do it across these criteria. So it is a sanity check. It is a very good sanity check, and it will tell you your strengths, and it will tell you your growth opportunities, and it will be candid about it. And so that is, and then see, you get a target here of like where you can improve. So again, I like that this is the no nonsense, data driven, very nerdy ADHD tool of, okay, and this is the reality of my channel. And you can see this is where it's coming from on things like, you know, month over month growth, views, subs, so on and so forth. And then it tells you how we contextualize channels. And there you go. So that's how you came out in Creator Scorecard, David. I think that the channel is healthy. I just think that personal dedicated strategy would be, you know, something where we can help. Does any channel ever get an A? Yes, I think possibly, I mean, no one would be surprised by this, but it's entirely possible that Marquez got an A. There are channels that have got an A. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, Marquez Brownlee got an A. So yeah. Yeah, a channel can get an A. Marquez Brownlee got an A. He got audit score of a 91. Their channel's doing great. So yeah, Marquez Brownlee killing it. He got an A. That's what an A channel might look like. It's not 100. Like I don't know that channel's gonna get 100, but yeah, someone can get an A, and it's Marquez. And the thing is, the software gave him a 91, whereas I'd probably give him a 97. But I'm incredibly biased. I'm incredibly biased when it comes to that. So but I would give Marquez's channel probably a 97, if not a 90. Like lowest I'd give them is a 95. I believe that Marquez's channel is the penultimate embodiment of what a YouTube channel should be and could be. So I'd give Marquez probably a 95 to a 97. Can I see what Tati Westbrook gets? I'd have to even see what her YouTube channel handle is. Oh, is it really just at Tati? Yeah, I do wonder. I mean, her channel is such a legacy channel. Who knows? Um, I could see just out of curiosity and just to add it to the database. All right. Um, let's see. About to find out together. Yeah, Tati Westbrook got an A. She's just not hyper growing right now, is probably where it says her only shortfall is, and probably something to do with her short strategy as well. But Tati Westbrook gets an A. In most categories, she gets a B. And there's some specific things. Again, I knew it would probably be something like a shorts thing, and a like that she never does any premieres or schedules any videos. She hardly does any shorts, and we look for at least 10% of videos potentially to be shorts in many cases. But Tati still is an A because she ranks so highly in every other category. She averages out to an A. Um, her upload volume's great. So I mean, so she has enough things that she's 100 at to overpower any of her deficits. And the main thing, even dragging her back from an even higher score, is mostly the shorts stuff. So that's like the highest impact on her channel under the current scoring model. So like, she's overpowered, so to speak. So yeah, Tati Westbrook gets an A. Would Mr. Beast get 100? Probably not. To be honest with you, Mr. Beast probably would get an A or a B. Yeah, Mr. Beast would not get 100. I don't know that it's possible for a channel to get a 100. I just don't think it is. Um, I didn't develop it to where a channel can't get a 100. It's just that I don't think it is. Like, so autofocus is Marquez's other channel, and they're getting an 84 by like a B. But they're just like barely not getting an A. But I don't think anyone is surprised by that. They get an A in almost everything, but that channel is so niche that it just doesn't get the kind of growth that would get an A. But it has so many things going for it that the only thing that holds it back is some aspects of its growth and breaking the ceiling of its audience, but its niche just has that kind of ceiling, if I'm being honest. And eventually, if we have more channels of a certain type in there, we might curb the grade based on what's normal for a niche on the growth side of that and be less harsh about that grade. Or autofocus would probably have an A and probably be closer to a 88 or a 90. So there is that. But yeah, even the autofocus channel from Marquez, um, doesn't get a 100. I mean, I guess just because you guys are curious, I guess we could just see what Mr. Beast gets, but I don't think it's gonna be a 100. Yeah, no, Mr. Beast got a B, but that's only really because of consistency, probably. But his channel is developed on not needing content consistency, but it's so disproportionately, plus their shorts stuff is now he's overweighted on shorts, which if I put a correction in that for overweighting it, because here's what I would grade Mr. Beast channel. He'd get an A, but it'd only be about 88 or an 89. There are reasons I say that, but everything else here I might theoretically agree with. I don't think they need to schedule or do a premiere strategy at all. So I would probably grade those two pieces with a grain of salt, but that's probably what's weighing it down. So they make so many shorts that it's weighing that heavily. And I think you all would agree though that Mr. Beast is probably making too much shorts if we're being honest. But I'd probably give them an 89. And so yeah, even Mr. Beast isn't gonna get 100, but it's not bad. That's why I'm saying take these scores as a report card and as this is the areas in which you could be most improved and would make the most difference for what you're doing. And it's actionable because everything that's graded here has like an action item behind it or an explanation behind it, so that you just don't take the number at face value or the letter at face value. But it makes you think because no one's perfect, and there are things you guys don't like about big creators where you go, I wish they would do this, or this is why I don't watch them, or this is why I skip videos. There are things you guys know and feel personally that big creators don't do 100% or perfectly or anything. So those things are being harshly evaluated and they're not getting some like favoritism. And now you see that kind of with the way my tool works. Yeah, to be fair, you could argue that I'm, giving a directive, not giving 100, but think about how close Marquez got. Think about how close Marquez got and that there's a minor tweak there. And me as a human would get him close to 100, but not 100. Um, because 100 is saying I have no notes. You could never improve ever. So the reason it ends up being what do you call it? The reason you could argue that it has a directive to not give 100 is because as a human being, this thing is as close to the way I analyze things as it can get right now, and this is the worst it'll ever be. And I don't know that I would give a channel a 100 out of 100. I already told y'all I wouldn't give Mr. Beast a 100 out of 100. There are minor notes I have for Marquez on some of his channels, and they could improve, and then I would grudgingly give them 100 out of 100, but it was like, because it'd be, I have no more notes. That's, so if something gets a 100, it means, oh, I have no more notes. And just because the channel is doing really, 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 really good, killing it, millions of views, blah, 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 doesn't mean that there isn't something there that a viewer could be disappointed with that is correct to be disappointed with, or to say you're going too far in this direction right now, or catering too much to this thing, or hey, more balance here, or what have you. There always should be room for improvement when we're doing an objective analysis. So when we're doing an objective analysis, we should just look at more room for improvement, and it is what it is. So that's what I'm thinking, and that's how I'm feeling about it. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. So again, I know some of you are signing up and playing with the free version of Creator Scorecard. We've got the discount codes in there for you guys. Can we sign up for a review for tomorrow? Apple Pay, keep blocking me. Yeah, if we do tomorrow, you can do a review because we're probably gonna go again tomorrow as well because we're not doing the Opus clip stream. So tomorrow, so I'm gonna just replace that and just do channel reviews most likely. So yeah. All right, so next up, we have Angel Bee Designs. Let me get my screen share going. Hopefully tomorrow my camera switcher is working. But, one camera angle has been all right. We've been able to live with it. But yeah, Angel Bee Designs. I do think that the channel banner could be a little better, a little easier on the eyes to read here, because I just think that reading this, the contrast is not strong enough and there's too many fonts. So I would probably clean that up. I don't think you need the logos for the other social medias. Strong channel, 100,000 subscribers, almost 1,000 videos. We talk about crafts, business, and being an entrepreneur. Excellent. Popular videos. Gonna look at these thumbnails. I would adjust the layout, customize the layout of this channel. You have 1,000 videos. I'd want to change the layout of the channel, possibly use a newer performing video for the featured video here. No problem with you featuring the channel members. These thumbnails are actually really good. I like them. The problem is depth and contrast for some of them. I do like this idea. Is Canva still worth it for crafters? Let's make a Father's Day design. So the Father's Day design thing was timeliness, but the is Canva still worth it for crafters is a good standalone video on its own, even without this seasonal, um, even without this seasonal video behind it. Craft vlog, let's stitch. I would for the craft vlogs, I love this thumbnail. And I think the video itself is fine. What I would do differently is, though, I would change and update this title. I would make this title more overall appealing to your general audience. I think your video editing quality itself is fine, by the way. Oh, how to make a notebook in Canva. This is actually a really good video idea. The thumbnail has a little too much going on, though. There's not enough depth and separation, and you still could be bigger in this if you're going to put yourself in it. I wouldn't have bothered with the close-up on your hand there. I would have just put your face there, and that would have been more interesting, more attractive with your smiling face, because we already have the notebook there. So I would just visually balance that differently. Craft vlog, YouTube feels different. I would have done a craft vlog, you could talk about YouTube, but I wouldn't put it in the title because most of the audience won't care about YouTube. They're crafters, not YouTubers, probably. Let's see. I think the Five Below video and embroidery haul should have had something in the thumbnail that shows Five Below more prominently, because if you're going to recognize a brand that everyone knows about, you should take advantage of the brand recognition in the thumbnail. There's also some lack of consistency in the branding and quality of the thumbnails. So I'd want to tighten that up. I think a lot of the ideas are strong. I think some of the title and thumbnails suffer a little bit. I've told you how to correct some of the thumbnails. On the titling, one of the good things is you are balancing the caps versus non-caps on them. Some of the titles, though, are too long for what they are. Now, you can do longer titles for educational videos, but even in YouTube's homepage where it's more generous with the titles, you're getting cut off for some of them. So you'd want to tighten those up on ones like this. Again, it can go like this, but there are, I would measure how many of your viewers are TV viewers versus mobile viewers. I would also imagine for crafting videos, you have a lot of TV and laptop viewers. It would not surprise me if more of your audience is starting to go more toward TV. And I would start optimizing the titles and thumbnails and everything with TV in mind. I'd also start moving to 4K thumbnails for any of you who reach education-based audiences, older audiences of people over 30 or 40. Start doing 4K versions of your thumbnails, because YouTube lets you do that up to 50 megabytes now. So I believe. And I also, instead of like 2 megabytes, big difference, 25 times difference. And then also, I would start crafting your thumbnails to appeal much more to a TV audience and start thinking a little bit like Netflix a little bit. And YouTube's TV app feels more like Netflix every day. So I would start catering to that, given that older audiences are going to watch on the biggest screen possible. And by the way, that kind of will translate to mobile devices anyway. So I'd keep that in mind. Um, and Angela, you're saying Angel B Designs, you're saying they definitely do watch more on TV. Yeah, so I'd optimize the titles and thumbnails with a TV audience in mind a lot more. Those are probably some of my initial strongest recommendations for the channel with your videos. Let's look at the live streams. I would do weekly live streams, especially since you already have to do work and stuff and record for the videos themselves. So I'd probably just do those weekly. Then let's see your shorts. Shorts are not doing bad for what it is. Be interested in the average shorts views and cadence versus the long forms, but we're going to put it into my tool because that's the other thing. At least with my tool, one of the things we get to see is we get to see things like how do the shorts average views compare to long form views, upload pacing and cadence, and a few other things. So we're going to find out real quick. So one, I'd rather analyze the video analytics before we get to the grade of the channel because I think people get distracted by the channel grade versus the channel's data. Because I think the grade is nice and it's the appealing thing. The scorecard is the thing that people like care about, but the data is actually the real value of knowing, hey, what's working, what's not. Primary example. Look at the average views on shorts here. It's 2.1 versus a video 1.7, and then your lives. So the thing is, I might increase the live uploads and I might increase the amount of shorts uploads. I wouldn't avoid long form. I would just increase in these areas and maintain in this area while improving in this area. And then in terms where the views came from, they disproportionately came from shorts. That's why I would do more of them as well. And seeing how disproportionate it is wild. Then obviously live streams are probably easier to do than videos. And yet look at the views total. The live streams, even with doing the live streams almost as much as the videos, there was a significant difference in their overall performance. Again, this is not data you're going to see if you go to view stats or vidIQ or any of them. So, TubeBuddy even. So, I would say that having this information across your last 100 uploads is probably really informative. Your top 20 were almost 40%. Your last 20 videos, the best 20 performing videos were about 40% of all the views across the 100. So, I would look at those videos and then think about what makes those videos perform better. Here it tells you some of your best and worst titles, and it helps you understand that what we're looking for is reading grade level of so many of your titles are complicated or hard to read. The language is too complex. And so it tells you here like what the average amount of characters are versus what's optimal and the average numbers of words, how complex. We really want things to be around a third to fifth grade reading level or lower in America. Sorry, that's how it is. So that's where the title scoring analysis is coming from. It's saying, hey, the character length is high, the word count is high, the reading level is a little too much. You gotta make it digestible for the American audience that has that third to fifth grade reading level. It just is what it is. And then, of course, it gives you what your top performers by format are. So again, I think this is really informative for you in your situation. We also get your timing cadence across your videos for best times to upload, and we get the visual heat map here. So there are some things where some long forms and shorts, you can see there's some patterns for your uploads in terms of when people respond to them the most. And so then let's go to the actual channel grade. Channel grade here, you're actually strong in more areas than you are weak. That's the other reason I designed the performance radar to look like this, is to just really show, hey, you can be strong in a bunch of areas, and then there might be like one thing lagging, and that could be overrepresented. Your channel didn't do as badly as you might have thought. It got a B. And so there's just specific things where your channel might be lagging. Your content consistency is excellent. Your view stability is relatively good. So there's just some things, primarily what factors? Primarily growth factors are where you are having probably the most overall difficulty. And here, again, this one's a grain of salt where it feels you're overrepresented on shorts. We may need to curb that less aggressively, like because people are posting more shorts. I'm even advising people to post more shorts. We might move the needle on what optimal shorts um, variety is. Although, again, I still stand by the fact that like I feel like it's not inappropriate for only 30% of videos to be shorts, given how YouTube Shorts hasn't even existed that long. Maybe I need to be more gentle. Maybe it's okay because shorts are so much easier to make. Maybe I need to up the ante and it's okay for 50 or 60% of a channel's videos to be shorts and we can give it a better grade based on that. Because people are just like shorts are working. YouTube's encouraging it, YouTube's pushing it. So maybe I can be more lenient on aggressive shorts. But a B is not bad in terms of saying, hey, there is room to improve here. 75 out of 100 is fantastic. So you should feel absolutely encouraged by that. So yeah. So looking at all of this, again, I hope this was helpful and that you got a lot out of it. And there is just a lot on the visual side and consistency of the thumbnails that can make them less cluttered, more attractive. You have a TV audience. I would start optimizing the thumbnails more like a TV audience. And so, yeah. And for anybody interested in creator scorecards, these discount codes get you 50% off forever on the pro and elite plans if you use them. So early bird 9 gets you 50% off and early bird elite gets you 50% off. The pro plan, it'll bring it down to $9. The elite plan will bring it down to $19. For your thumbnails, I'm gonna highly recommend you use our friends over at oneof10.com. One of 10 is the best AI tool for YouTube packaging and positioning right now, in terms of it will help you with titles and making them more concise. It will help you with generating your thumbnails. The thumbnail for tonight's stream, I used ChatGPT to clean up the photo retouching on me and a little bit of skin cleanup. And I used one of 10 to do the thumbnail layout, design, and text. And so, boom, that's where tonight's really great live stream thumbnail came from, was oneof10.com. So use code Roberto, they'll get you 20% off. So thank you to our friends over at One of 10. Thanks again to them for sponsoring and being an affiliate. So let's see. What else have we got here? Oh, we got another paid user for prayer scorecards. It looks like we've got somebody, Jonathan. Thank you for signing up for Jonathan Shepard for an elite plan. Thank you. Appreciate you. New elite subscriber to prayerscorecard.com. Sorry, prayerscorecards.com. Uh excellent. Love that. Now we just need 90 more of you. Yeah, trying to get our first 100 paid users for Creator Scorecard in our first 100 days. Let's see. Next up, we have Luminous Za Fables. I have the channel here. I just need StreamYard to cooperate with me. All right. So we have Luminous Za Fables, and it's really interesting. Themes of resilience, emotional growth, and recovery. Original arc series, episodic narratives, high stakes real world personal narratives, trauma to triumph, emotional alchemy. All right, interesting. Ooh, these thumbnails are interesting. These thumbnails border on potentially being like well positioned for TV But for the volume of videos, it looks like the main thing here is shorts. The thing is, though, if you're going to go this direction, I would consider going and sticking to making thumbnails for the shorts with a specific style, just because there is a chance that they get pushed on the places where YouTube promotes shorts outside the shorts feed. What are the most popular? Looks like there's some celebrity stuff that you did. So if those things are not currently associated with the audience that you're building, I would just unlist those. And then for the videos, your most popular videos, 3 signs that you're finally free from narcissistic relationships, narcissist. Okay. So like it seems like some of that is still the overall theme of the channel. I would actually tap back in to what the most popular content of the channel was, and I would possibly rechange the thumbnail style to something that feels more realistic, because this actually theoretically, even now, would do better today. You may not feel like it, but this style of video that you used to do would do better today than what you might be trying to accomplish today, because you had a video style years ago that would actually right now in YouTube be stronger than the current approach that you're using. You can give me more context if you want, but the reality is the style of video you used to make is the style of video that now that an older audience, and you're probably trying to reach an older female audience, watches on TV on their YouTube instead of on their phone. You probably would do better with these videos than you are with the current direction that feels a little AI heavy, because the older audience is a made for TV audience, and this content would not do as well on those devices. YouTube's clearly not pushing this content for your channel. So you'd actually be better off, ironically, reverting to the older style of videos that performed highly on your channel instead of this. Because this may feel trendy now, but it's actually not being more pushed. You're moving more towards courses and master classes by using the content that I used to. I think even the content you used to make would support courses better than this content. This content doesn't reach a course audience. This content that you're currently doing, even for the last year, is going to reach much more of an entertainment, borderline true crime style audience, versus the more original content that you did would feel more connected and authentic, and would have more authority. This content would have more connection and authority. You could still tap into pop culture. Um, you could tap into pop culture, but this style of content you were doing would have much more authority with an audience and could sell courses far, far more easily. Like if someone watched this video from you, narcissistic parents, deep, dark, dirty, dysfunctional family secrets, this would actually lead far more to coaching, communities, in-person retreats, masterminds. It's not even close in terms of how much stronger it would be. So I would actually, if I were your consigliere in this matter, I would actually revert to these videos. And I think that this is actually easier to make with AI than AI. And I don't think you even need to edit these videos as much. And then for thumbnails for them, I would use your own human face plus pop culture. And I would lean into pop culture, and I would use a combination of a known pop culture figure and yourself in the thumbnail. And I would use these themes of narcissism, abuse, gaslighting, so on and so forth. And I would explain how things in our media either make monsters or teach us about resilience or all these things. That trope is actually really strong. There are a lot of creators who actually use pop culture to teach psychology, self-help, and healing. And it works out really well. I've helped grow channels that do millions of views like this. You could look at channels like Charisma on Command. It's worked for them. There's a lot of channels that can do this. And the thing is, in your case, you wouldn't need to edit that much at all. it'd probably be less work than even doing generative AI content. And as for the thumbnails, you could do generative AI thumbnails, but it could just then use you. And then you could have some theme from pop culture. It could be like, obviously, like you could use like Dexter, you could use, um, you know, Mad Men, you could use Breaking Bad, you could use things in pop culture where there are just people in abusive or toxic relationships, and you could use them as a way to reach and teach people, and then people will want to hear from you and they'd want to join your courses, your groups, and things like that. So even from a strategic point of view, there are ways to make content easily, efficiently, not focus hard on having to be really skilled at video editing or even thumbnails and still win in modern YouTube. And I just don't think you have to default to this kind of thing. And then on top of that, it's easier to make, it's easier to script, it's easier to ad lib it, and it could still sell culture courses much more easily. Yeah. Like to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Actually, no, I don't even need to use Charisma Command. I'll use Georgia Dow. So yeah, Georgia Dow, psychology analysis through popular media, right? So look at Georgia Dow's channel and look at how she's using current pop culture to explain these things into an analysis. And again, um, she can just talk on camera about it. There'll be clips from the thing, but she'll just talk on camera and look at how the thumbnails aren't even perfect and they get crazy, crazy views. And so she just talks about these TV shows and films and franchises and kind of like look at this one on Dark Triad and so on and so forth. So like you could just do something very similar here and it would work far better than the current approach. So that would be my thought for you there. And then you could get away from all the heartaches and problems that can come with trying to do the generative AI content. Um, so let's see. And let's pop your channel into my tool and see what it says. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. Share screen. All right. So it's giving it, probably the harshest rating we've seen of the night. It is giving you the props on the consistency, but then it's judging the view performance and some of the other things. So I don't think you're surprised by the grade that it gives at all or the recommendations that it's pointing out here. But again, it also probably wouldn't be able to give a good strategy narrative here because it wouldn't necessarily interpret the pivot to AI generated content as the issue. In terms of analytics, oh, even with this Diddy thing, this is interesting that this ended up being one of the key outliers here. Videos by format, shorts obviously performing better, but the average views overall not being where they need to be. So yeah, so this tells us very unapologetically the data behind everything, but we know that the larger issue is also why it's good to have a human. It's great to have this data, but it's great to have a human who can parse the emotional or psychological or positioning aspect because that is great, but knowing when something is psychological or conditioning or oh, this is a audience mismatch situation or a culture mismatch situation is much more important than just having data. So that's not surprising. that the brutal analysis of the data is correct, but that doesn't mean it diagnosed the cause of the problem. Um, that often requires a human. Maybe I need to put a link to my coaching in this tool for that reason. I hadn't even thought of doing that. Just so focused on the tool itself being good. But yeah, but you could see kind of the point there. So I don't think this is surprising at all. But again, it's not a don't beat yourself up about it. It's just that there's a pivot in terms of audience alignment and a business strategy that makes far more sense to actually, in many ways, go back to some of the things the channel did well literally a decade ago. You had something there. There was something there. Deviating from it is not the answer. Doing more of it is. Great feedback. Yep. Insane Wheel says, I just optimized my channel for all platforms. Thank you again for the critiques. Trying to scale this thing. All right. Excellent, man. Yeah, you can do it. Constructive criticism sometimes is needed to help. I believe it often is. And constructive criticism happens when you're getting feedback from someone who genuinely wants to see you do well, is not working against you, and is giving you factual information. That's why a lot of my analysis goes off of data rather than mere opinion. Is data, and then I base what my responses are based on, well, this is what the data suggests. It's not me, it's the data. So I try to do that because then I can be constructive because I genuinely want to see you all do well. I have no reason to work against you. And then number two, I'm going to give you something that's based in fact and not just feelings and opinions. So I'm going off of that. And then I'm trying to help you get the thing that you said you want. So being aligned to your goals, not working against you, and telling you something that has a way to prove a basis of truth, aka using data, is why the criticism is constructed, because it's meant to build you, grow you, and get you what you want, not to tear you down and not to demean you. And I think a lot of people will say, oh, you can't take criticism. It's like, why should I if it's not constructive? I shouldn't take criticism well. If you're not giving me constructive criticism and you're giving me criticism, I don't have to take it well, because at that point you're just insulting me. Because if what you said isn't factually true, it's not helpful. And even if it is factually true, but it's not optimized to get me what I want, why would I take it? Why would I listen to it? Like, oh, be different. It's like, but what if I don't want to be? Well, I want you to be. It's like, but how does that get me what I want? That suggests that the highest value is your good graces, and it may not be the case. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I don't think anyone has to take criticism well. I think people have to take constructive criticism well, but I think people have to also give constructive criticism well, or it doesn't matter. Most criticism is be the person I want you to be. And that's just like not particularly useful. Well, it's constructive because if you'd only did this, I would hate you less. That's like, well, like, what do I care? That's not helpful. Like, oh, that presumes that the highest good is you liking me. It may not be the case. I may not hold you in that esteem. So, like, so that's a thing. Internet's a wild place, right? Oh, is this microfiber cloth just not even good at cleaning my glasses? Is that what's going to happen here? Is it making them worse? Hmm. 1 sec. Let's see. I even thought of just starting a new channel, starting fresh. Sometimes that's the best thing to do, is to start a new channel completely fresh, so that you don't have the baggage from the old channel, both for you, the audience. It just is a clean slate, clears your head. So yeah, no, I love that for you. Let's see. Doug, I think we have 2 more channels to review, and it's Roberto's bedtime. So I think that we're going to do 9, and we'll like we're gonna do a review stream early tomorrow, in place of the Opus clip stream. So we'll do that around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll either schedule it from tonight or I'll do it first thing in the morning so people know what's up. And we'll just pick up tomorrow. But tonight we have 2 more and we're gonna finish those and honor those. So I don't think we need to get a last one in tonight because we got 9. So we're closing time. So yeah. So we're gonna do our last 2 for the evening. And yeah, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the tool, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll probably wrap it up at a 3.5-hour stream tonight. Because I meant to be in bed by 9:30. We're gonna try and see if we can get me to bed before 10:30, and that'll be that. And then I'll just sleep a little bit more tomorrow. Hit the gym first thing. Get in the 100 crunches, 100 leg lifts, 100 squats, 100 push-ups, the 10K steps, and that'll be the daily quest that I've been doing for the last 10 days. So 100-day gym journey. That's what I have to look forward to is 100 of everything for 100 days. Pray for me. So I'm going to do that again for like the 11th day in a row or something, like 10th, 11th day in the row, 10th a day documenting it. If you follow me on Instagram, 11th day in a row in real life. So 90 more to go of 100 of everything. So yeah, we're doing kind of all the memes there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I do that plus the weight training on top of it. And 10K steps the minimum. I'm averaging almost 20K steps a day now. So yeah, so that's what's going on. So I'm gonna do all of that and do my workout in the morning, whatever time I wake up, which will probably be about 6 or 7. And then I'll be back in time to watch the last bit of Nick Nimmin stream. Then at like 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll do a second channel review stream and we'll do another 10 channels. But we got the last 2 tonight. And so we're gonna just wrap those up and honor those. We already have the channels pulled. So we got a micro channel here. We got Yad Vibes. This looks actually pretty dope. Caribbean Truth Culture, like that. This is a strong thumbnail. I'm hoping all the thumbnails are that strong. Shorts is probably going to be what drives this channel. I can almost feel it. But that's not a bad thing. Let's see. These thumbnails are strong in a way, but some of it is too much or too cluttered. But they are eye-catching. I will give you that. I will give you that. I actually really dig these. These are funny. I could see this being wildly entertaining, but I also see why it's hit or miss. But you're better off doing these AI thumbnails because these were not getting the job done before, clearly. And I could see how and why. So really good job turning that around. These are fire, so we love these. Great banner and great profile pic, by the way, and everything. Good colors, strong branding. I dig it. But I really think the driver here will be the shorts. Here's the funny thing with this, though, with the shorts. They're doing well, but I would actually copy the branding to shorts thumbnails for this as well and do that. And I would post more. And these shorts are doing so well that I would post these daily if you're not doing them daily already. If you're not doing these daily already, I would post these daily and I'd post them like 3 times a day. What's up with these live streams? Oh, dude, you gotta do a live stream show every week. You get too many views on live streams, not be streaming every week and talking about the culture. This is amazing. And then the recent thumbnails on these were really good. So you got to do the thumbnail style and you got to be doing this live stream every week. That's going to help. Clearly. So yeah. No, this is good. Most of the subscribers you're saying came from live streams and videos. Okay. So yeah, do these latest thumbnails for live streams. Do a weekly live stream, and yeah, even if you're cutting the shorts from the videos, brand them with the custom thumbnails if you can, because they're just fire. and you could get views from that from other devices or where it features in YouTube. And again, this thumbnail style, this is good. So stick with it. Upload consistency, dude. Upload multiple times a week if you can, because that will help you figure out what's working better, and then you double down and you do more of it. But it's a strong start. If I'm being honest with you, this is a strong start. It may not feel like it for 100 videos, but don't get twisted and don't let people confuse you. Most YouTubers do not grow off of their first 100 videos. That is like a bunch of unicorns. Some of the biggest YouTubers I know couldn't get 80. Marquez couldn't get 80 subs off of his first 100 videos. Mr. Beast couldn't get monetized off his first 100 videos. So don't get at all discouraged by that whatsoever. Let's see. See what my tool has to say. So creatorscorecards.com is looking at stuff. This one is an outlier in terms of how pop stars stole Jamaicans' authentic sound or whatever have you. This one says that you actually have a balance of live streams and shorts generating your views over the last 100 videos. So that's why I say double down on live streams and double down on shorts. And your live streams feed your shorts, so that works out perfectly. Or rather, you said your videos feed your shorts. So either way, shorts average far more views than any other format, but live streams and shorts both trounce regular videos. So it's reading that correctly. Your best 20 videos did 77% of your views. So that's very telling to double down on what those things are. For posting cadence, it's giving you some very clear signals on what days some of your stuff performs better, and per format, it's different for these formats. So there's clearly a better day to stream for you is Thursday is the better day to stream apparently. So again, I love that we can just see that clearly. Like, okay, how did it do in views? That's what the upload day or the streaming day or whatever actually means. So based on how many views I got compared to whatever else on average, just having the data spell it out is absolutely worth it. Now, I don't know that we've benchmarked that many micro channels. But for a channel your size, there are areas you're doing well. So again, you should be encouraged instead of discouraged. We've looked at 1,000 micro channels, nano channels. So channels under 1,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. So again, for your size, you're actually doing pretty well. And then in the actual channel audit, you actually have some areas that you're doing strong in. You got a B. So your consistency is not bad. Your cadence, your diversity, you're scoring high there, Marks. Engagement's low and growth is low, but you already know that. So again, those were the areas where you need to improve. And then the areas and grades where you're going to get low marks on your report card are going to reflect that. But even your short strategy is S tier. So S tier is actually, I think you have to overperform over what an A would be by like 20% or something to get S tier, I think is how I set it up. So again, there is, even for a small channel, a tremendous opportunity in terms of potential and growth. And again, I take channel size into consideration in my grading algorithm. That's why a small channel that is getting some very core things right can beat a channel that's big, that happens to be big, that might be stagnating. So that's something to take in consideration. You started this channel is an experiment based on most of your advice about branding in the last 7 videos. Oh, well, thank you. And that definitely shows up. It shows up and it's like really making a difference for you. So congrats on that. I dig it. Oh, we got another elite level subscriber to Creator Scorecard. Thank you so much, S Multimedia 2, whoever you are. Appreciate you. We also got another free person in the tier, Jesus. We got another free user, Jesus. We got another free user, Miss Patricia. So thank you to everybody who joins Creator Scorecard. But thank you also to our pro and elite members of Creator Scorecard who are paying and helping us get to our first 100 customers. So we also got Shrimply Canadian. Thank you for signing up. I'm hoping that a lot of you who signed up for free, try it out for yourself, and then really see the value and decide that you want to upgrade to either a pro or an elite plan and get 50% off. Because I think you're really going to see the value and the features. And we have more things that we're building. And I'm also looking to take feedback and advice from you guys. So, like, I'm not above taking feedback and advice either because I built something new. Um, what the manga recap what the manga recap. Okay, cool. This is why bro is the best. I think I've only seen 4 ads since I logged into the live. Love it. I don't do aggressive ads during my live streams, believe it or not. I set YouTube up that way, but also as long as the chat keeps moving, YouTube set it up now to where as long as the chat is active, ads show less, and that doesn't bother me at all. And again, those of you who are supporters, whether you're an Awesome Creator Academy member, those of you who do the channel reviews for the super chats, those of you who support Creator Scorecard, that's going to do more for me than ad revenue. I'm happy to turn ads down dramatically as long as we have even a small part of the community being like real hardcore supporters, buying the products, the software, doing the super chat donations, whether it's for questions or channel reviews, that goes a long way. And I'd much rather have that than the ad revenue, believe it or not. Ad revenue is not as good as some creators in like entertainment niches make it out to be. It's that they don't have other business models. I would happily, largely, massively decrease the frequency of ads. And by the way, I generally do less ads than everybody else. I also made sure that I banned all political ads for my channel for the last like 12 years. You guys have not had to see or suffer any political ads on my channel. You don't see any gambling ads on my channel. You don't see any tobacco, alcohol, and supplement ads on my channel. And you never will because I banned all of that because you can. A creator can control that. There are some people I know that don't understand how to use their YouTube channel properly because they haven't worked with me yet. But I've even put this stuff out on X all the time of like, hey, creators, if you really want to protect your audience, you can just ban all these different types of ads. Here's exactly I did a tutorial and I put it on X multiple times, put it on Facebook, I put it out there. I might have to just make a YouTube video. I tell creators all the time, you can turn off all of these bad ads that hurt your audience. And then you don't have to make the excuse, oh, I can't control it. YouTube controls it. No, you can control it. And I've been keeping all of these trash ads away from you guys for over a decade. And it's important to me. And I would honestly rather have you guys support the businesses that I'm building, those of you who can do it, or donate in terms of super chats and donations for channel reviews or questions, or buy the software, buy Creator Scorecard, even at a discount, or buy my book, or do something else. I'd rather have even 1% of the overall community support the content directly than rely entirely on advertisers. And if I'm going to rely on advertisers, I'd rather directly work with a brand that will listen to me and make their product better and just sponsor me and then let me consult them and tell them how to make their product better. So I would prefer any of those things to just bombarding you with ads and then ads that I wouldn't even buy the product from. Yeah. You block all the questionable stuff too. Yeah. Good job on you, Doug Houston. Appreciate it. We got Matt Miller. Awesome Career Academy is amazing value in case anyone was wondering. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. And you guys will learn more about that at the end of the stream. I am choosing me daily. Looking forward to getting to know it. Been using YouTube for 5 months, not as focused as I need to be. Yeah. All of us can definitely get more focused. That's why I'm doing my 100-day rebuild journey. So 100 days to rebuild my body, my brand, and my business. 3 separate goals. 100 days in the gym doing a lunatic kind of workout schedule of 100 crunches, 100 leg lifts, 100 push-ups, and a 10K steps every day. And I've been locked in for like 10 days. So I'm doing that. I'm doing a rebuilding my brand journey, and the fact that in the next 100 days, I'm going to publish 30 long form YouTube videos. So that's going to be the brand rebuild. On top of, I'm going to be doing some short form across my social medias. I've been daily posting to like Instagram, Facebook, X. So that's like kind of a thing too. So 100 days of that. And then for the business side, I'm going to spend 100 days growing Creator Scorecard, trying to get the first 100 customers for Creator Scorecard. CreatorScorecards.com, my new software. So we're looking to get our first 100 paying users. A couple of y'all came through tonight, and it's been great. It's been like great to feel the love and support, and to see you guys actually like the software. And I'm looking forward to improving it with your feedback. So yeah. Oh yeah, it's much easier to control the ads now. Oh yeah, absolutely. Mississippi Family Homestead says, "Yep, agree. Also, Creator Academy is great. Get a lot of value every meeting." Yeah, we meet twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. For those of you interested, you'll learn about that at the end of the show tonight. But we got one last channel review to get to. Um, and for this one, I think there's a channel review component, but I think this creator also wants some advice on monetization. So we'll take a look here. This is Shogun K. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Hmm. Now, if you're wondering about how YouTube may have potentially demonetized your channel, because I think that was your issue. I think what happened is you can probably appeal this because you're doing reactions to body cam footage. If you do a professional appeal posture to YouTube in your escalation, you'll probably be remonetized. And you probably don't need to delete your videos. I hope you didn't delete videos, because if you're doing reactions, as long as you're talking enough in the video, you should be fine. You're getting flagged for repetitive content because your stuff looks like it's mass produced by the AI because of channels who are not like you that do something like this, and your collateral damage here. So in terms of your issue, since I don't think you were necessarily looking for a channel review, because if you do, I have some thoughts on this, because you're moving in the right direction with the thumbnail upgrades. It's just that you need a more variety of your facial reactions. But this is actually a very good style of thumbnail for exactly what you're doing with live body cam reactions. There is some production upgrades I would recommend for you, but being demonetized probably hurts that investment, because I think your green screen could be cleaner and better. Because what I would do is, it wouldn't be an expensive upgrade for your green screen for you to be in there better. What I would do is, you could get a green screen that actually goes behind your chair, and it straps to the chair, and you could improve the lighting, and then that would help you. If you Oh, then you guess what? You weren't demonetized for the AI demonetization wave, then potentially. When's the last time you uploaded then? Because if you haven't uploaded in a certain amount of time, YouTube kicks you out of the partner program just off rip for not uploading in 6 months. I don't know if you knew that. YouTube, if you don't upload for 6 months, demonetizes you. You don't get to be in the partner program if you don't upload for 6 months. Yeah, happened to like my third channel that I didn't upload to, and I'm a YouTuber in good standing. You just can't not upload for 6 months, man. Um, so yeah. Um, but you put the new thumbnails up. You do want a channel review? Okay. So the channel review part of this is, um, your new thumbnails are great. You're probably using one of 10 or ChatGPT or something. I would improve your lighting, because the lighting that you're getting, if you don't want to get a webcam, more than a webcam or a phone camera, then you're fine. But I would improve the lighting, and that can be done cheap. Good lighting can be $100, y'all. It really can be. So I would go with that. Like, and lighting makes a difference. I mean, like if I turn off my lights, it's hella dark real quick, right? So like lighting is everything. So I would like make a cheap investment in lights, probably just some side lights or panel lights or like Elgato lights, whatever. And I'd get one of the green screens that you could put on the back of your chair so that every time you move and everything, there's a green screen behind you that gives you a cleaner green screen and it won't cut off your arms like that. And then that can be better. And you said they flagged you for too much violence. I would appeal that for sure. I would appeal that, and then I would just look at sourcing your reactions off of more Nate the lawyer. You've been using ChatGPT for the thumbnails? Yeah, good man. ChatGPT is really good for the thumbnails. Like, I might do something where I like literally do a video where I rank thumbnails made by the different tools. But yeah, so for you, I would invest in lighting and a green screen background for your chair, and then that would improve the overall quality. Do you mind telling me what microphone you're using? Because it looks like you might be using a podcast mic, so the audio probably is fine. So I'm assuming probably, if anything, from looking at, you'd probably using a professional podcast mic, so the audio quality is probably fine. But if I was going to recommend a mic on a good budget, I'd say the Shure MV6 because it's USB-C. If you can go USB-C, I know XLR is better, but USB-C just makes life less problematic. It's just like less frustrating. It's just more compatible with everything. So the Shure MV6, M as in Michael, V as in Victor, and then number 6. Is usually a really good mic because you just have less problems with USB-C, and Shure is a great company. They make the Joe Rogan mic, that's the mic I'm using. So go with that. You already are using ChatGPT for the thumbnail, so that's smart. So that would improve the overall quality. I don't think you need the social media logos in the banner. And then honestly, the banner should have a channel schedule and just tell people what to expect and what the channel is. And then the fact that your first thing here is welcome to the no, lead with something and just tell them actually what the channel is. Blue Yeti through OBS. Okay, yeah, Blue Yeti is we all know it. If you can, invest in the Shure MV6, like I said. M as in Michael, V as in Victor, 6. And so that would be a better microphone, and it's portable, it's USB type C, you won't have any issues with it. Works with everything. So I'd go with that. Your OBS workflow is strong. And then to be honest, I would source reacting to the same things as Nate the lawyer so that you won't get flagged. And then I would probably go daily and go once a day and you'll be all right. Also, yeah, bleep the words and blur some stuff out. Absolutely. And you can blur things using YouTube's own edit feature, or you could do it in post after OBS before you upload. And then that will help with that. And you'll be okay. Again, just train off of looking at what Nate the lawyer does and source using some of the same stories as him, because since he's getting approved and not having to deal with it, that that'll be safer, and you just have to he does like multiple uploads, so you pick one out of those and you could go daily, and if you do that, this will probably actually make really good money if you can do it daily, and the views will come with the consistency of that, especially with the new thumbnail style. So you can definitely take advantage of this, and I think it'll do well combined with clipping some of that stuff from shorts, running it through Opus Clip. I think this would be very successful, if I'm being honest. I think this could be very lucrative for you. Someone who signed up for Creator Scorecard asked what does MOM mean? MON means month over month. YOY means year over year. Yeah. So month over month is what MOM means, and year over year is what YOY means for those who don't know. Because somebody literally sent in a support ticket just to ask that. But also, this is good for you guys to know, by the way, that when you um, send in a support ticket, I actually see it. And I have a whole admin dashboard where I actually get all the support tickets, but it also sends it to my email to the point to where literally I was able to see that on stream and say, hey, everybody, here's what this means. Um, so edit.me, who sent in that support ticket just now, month over month is what MON means, and year over year is what YOY means. But I just updating the software so there's a hover tooltip that makes that acronym clear for you guys, so you know exactly what the phrase means if there's terminology you don't understand. Excuse me. So, next, let's plug your channel into my tool and see what it has to say. Although it wouldn't know some of these specific issues for you. But see, yeah, I told you guys I'm looking for feedback because I'm like, okay, let me make sure people know what these terms mean and that we have a tooltip for it so that they understand. Because yeah, that is good feedback. Because people shouldn't always be expected to know industry terms. In fact, I actually made something for people who don't always understand industry terms. I actually own creatordictionary.com. Another thing that I actually built. See, I need to make the videos on my other channel documenting my vibe coding journey because that's actually what that there's going to be another channel that is going to be reviving um the vlog channel. So I'm going to be reviving my vlog channel. It's Roberto Blake 2, but it's spelled like the word 2 this time. So Roberto Blake TOO. I'm going to be reviving that channel this summer, maybe sooner, to actually be kind of a vlog build in public business channel. So it'll be business, travel, it'll be business, travel, and I have to think of a third thing that still fits that thing because it'll be business and travel. um, but yeah, so I'm gonna be reviving that channel to showcase my build in public journey of what I'm doing. So it'll probably be actually I know what it'll probably be. It'll probably be business, travel, and tech. Because that fits Roberto, right? That's like what you think about. It's like business, travel, and tech makes more sense. So that'll be the channel where I talk a little bit more about the inside baseball of my own business and the build in public journey and oh here's all the things I'm building and here's how it's going and blah 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 and oh here's some lifestyle components of my lifestyle updates and oh here's me traveling and making this all work because I got to figure it out. So I got to figure out because the whole plan was like how do you build a business you love and that you can do even like and succeed working from home. Okay, great. Theoretically, how about business you can do and do it anywhere on the go and just throw stuff in a bag? Like, so the idea was always at some point that if you become an entrepreneur, you're supposed to get freedom. It's nice to be able to work from your own home, but if you're basically cooped up in your own house and have turned that into your office, it's no different than being in corporate. So the goal is to figure out the evolution of making that work. So, just a heads up on that. But anyway, um, so for Shogun Kange, you got a C. And I don't think you're surprised at all about this, but again, you haven't uploaded in forever. So again, you can take it with a grain of salt because you already know what it's going to evaluate on why. But they also have some positive signals that you should take as a compliment as well. And then for your size, because you're a nano creator, again, you're not doing bad for the 1,000 channels of your size that we've done. Obviously there's some things where you're not as strong, and then there's other things where you are strong. So every channel has its strengths and weaknesses, mine included. So do understand that the whole goal of my software is always to just try to find as much truth through data as is possible, but to always encourage a creator in where they can improve and to remind them that no one's perfect. Big channels can be imperfect, small channels can be doing better than they think. So, again, always strive for growth, always strive for improvement, always try to get 1% better every day, um, and always be open to learning and having kind of a beginner's mindset. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I'm literally putting myself in positions and challenging myself so that I can learn more about myself, learn more about the world, learn more about life and what it has, and even more about content creators. One of the things I love doing is I love doing these channel reviews because in looking at your channels, it is challenging for me. It gives me puzzles to solve. It gives me things to think about from a different point of view. Working with like almost 800 creators now, I've learned as much as I've taught, maybe more, because I've just had different perspectives. It's what made me want to build my software was how can I help more people? And yes, there is some benefit to coaching, consulting, cohorts, courses, those things. But like, there's very few things as powerful as just like, what about an interactive software and a feedback mechanism? So, that's why I did it. There's also other things I did that are completely free, like Creator Dictionary. Like Creator Dictionary, totally free, very cool thing if you look it up. It works on your phone too, and it works really well. And there's over 1,000 dictionary terms. I pulled a lot of this out of what I did from my book. Um, so yeah, so I did a lot of that off of stuff for my book. And I actually plan eventually to make Creator Dictionary a book because I own creatordictionary.com. I'm planning to make it a physical book at some point and then like update it every year or something like that, kind of like the regular dictionary, and add terms and things to it. Um, and I just think it's like a really cool thing. So again, that's another tool that I like put together and that I vibe coded that you guys can check out. That one's like 100% free. There's nothing to buy there. You just from now on for the rest of you guys' life, you can tell people about creatordictionary.com and you can use it to look something up you don't know. As far as what does this word mean? What does this mean? I think we have a word of a day function as well to teach you a new phrase. So it's just a cool thing that I wanted to exist that now exists. So that's free and it's gonna be free. I'm just gonna charge for the book when it's a physical copy. So like, yeah, that's how that one is. So yeah, I mean, it's things like that. But yeah, that's all of our channel reviews. We got them all done, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. But we're gonna do it earlier in the day. We're gonna do it at around 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow after Roberto's gym day, and we'll get it in and we'll do another round of reviews. You get to see more of Creator Scorecard and its features. Maybe I'll show you some of the other stuff I've been working on, and we'll chop it up. But I really appreciate hanging with you guys tonight. It's been tremendous. I just want to remind you guys to absolutely go to creatorscorecards.com. I want to remind you that you have the discount codes in the description. So please, please, please take advantage of them. If the mods could post those in the chat again, and we'll pop them up on the screen so you guys can see them. We'll do that. Let's see. Yeah, you're very welcome. Yep, creatorscorecards.com. Early Bird 9 gets you 50% off forever, makes the Pro plan $9 a month. Early Bird Elite gets you 50% off of Elite plan forever and makes it $19 a month. Do you post these lives? Yeah, we leave the lives up recorded on the YouTube channel, and everyone can watch the replays. Doug Houston comes through with the timestamps. We get the timestamps up either later that night or first thing in the morning, so you guys can skip through them to different things. So we absolutely take care of you guys when it comes to that. So yeah, look forward to it. Yeah, we got I think we got 2 new paying users tonight, which is a good start. Hell, if for the next 100 days we can get 2 paid users a day, I will take it because that would definitely accomplish the goal. So we're just doing this little by little, piece by piece here. But we also got a lot of new free users, so welcome to them. Hopefully, a lot of you convert to paid, see the value, and want to support. So we definitely appreciate you. And of course, feedback is always appreciated, always welcome. Let's see. Da-da. And what is chat saying? The Create Something Awesome book was amazing. Appreciate it. Do you post these live? Yep, we did that. 100% recommend. Appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Yeah. Rare scorecards is a great tool. Thanks. Yeah, no, appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, but I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I think it's Roberto's bedtime, so we're gonna wrap it up, and you guys are gonna learn more about awesomecreatoracademy.com. But other than that, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Becoming a content creator can be a very lonely process and adventure, but it doesn't have to be. When I first got started going from 0 to 100,000 subscribers, I had to do it all by myself. I didn't have a community of like-minded and like-hearted creators to talk to or to ask for advice, and I certainly didn't have a mentor to guide me along the way. I built the Awesome Creator Academy Pro group because when I was getting started, what would have meant the world to me is not to have to struggle alone when it comes to being a full-time content creator. If I had had a community of creators that I could talk to and share information with, I would have avoided a lot of mistakes in my early career, and there would have been opportunities with brand deals where I would have gotten a better understanding of how to negotiate, and I wouldn't have undersold myself. I wouldn't have been taken advantage of in those early situations. So in the Awesome Creator Academy Pro group, myself and our co-instructor Andy Rivera, we meet twice a week for office hours with our creators, and we share information, we talk about how we're building our creator businesses, and we offer constructive criticism and critique on the things that we're working on for our projects. You'll be part of a community of usually around 100 like-minded creators who are taking this seriously just like you are. You'll also have all access as a pro group member to all of our past, present, and future courses, training, templates, digital downloads, and swipe files. You have full access to our creator blueprints where you'll see our systems and the frameworks that we use to execute. You always fall or rise to the standard of your systems. A lot of people really underestimate how important that is. We have digital download templates that can help you so you don't have to start with a blank canvas. These done for you files are actually incredibly helpful, especially for things like your thumbnails, your media kits, and anything you need for your branding as a content creator to look professional. We have email swipe files that help you with reaching out to brands. We have great information in helping you price yourself and build your packages appropriately. And remember, as part of the pro group, you have the opportunity to ask questions from myself and all the other creators participating. And so this means that if you need to ask questions about negotiation or a brand deal, there's something you're not sure about, you're trying to find a better monetization opportunity with merch or affiliates, you have people who have done it before, who are already making money, that you can reach out to for advice. As I said, when I was starting out and I was flying solo, this is the thing that I wish I'd had the opportunity to be a part of, and it would have made all the difference in the world in helping me be an even more successful content creator. If you have questions, you can always reach out via support. We're happy to help you figure out if the pro group is right for you. Also, we do have the opportunity for you to become a VIP member if you also would like quarterly one-on-one coaching with me directly. Now go out there and create something awesome today, and hopefully we'll see you in the pro group. Take care.